All right, you ready?
Street Fighter 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, Street Fighter fans from all over the world, welcome back to another episode of Sets here on Capcom Fighters on a Monday night. We started later than usual for very good reasons, but of course we pit two beautiful players into the ring, we chat with them, we watch the GGs unfold, and then we hear the salt and the victory phrases afterwards as well. I'm going to be your host once again for tonight, Jammerz, going to be commentating and interviewing these players once again. It's always enjoyable doing this each and every week, but this time round, you saw it advertised over the weekend. We've advertised it earlier today. And also, the stream team said we got to surprise the people. I said there's nothing to surprise them with, but they know who's there. But we have to introduce him, given the grandiose interview. You know what they do in Hollywood. They do a multitude of things. But I bet they don't roll up this kind of red carpet. Stream team, you know exactly what to do.
Here comes a new challenger!
They did that. All right. There you go. Right. Is he there? I can't hear him. All of a sudden, I can't hear him now. Why is that written? Oh, wait, there it is. There it is. Hold on.
Okay, you guys can hear me now?
You got louder.
What up?
There
Testing, testing.
There you go.
What's going on, people?
All right. Perfect.
You know, Jammerz, it's rough. I understand you couldn't hear me because I'm known as one of the more quiet people in the FGC. I'll try to keep it humble, try to keep it very calm, you know, represent myself with some type of respect, something you don't know too much about, Jammerz. So, you know, I understand why you couldn't hear me.
Well, what can I say, man? I look up to you and I try to learn from you, especially when it comes to talking about people's skill in Street Fighter and just letting them know how they can aspire to be you.
Bro, you gotta be, bro, that's what the people want. The people don't want us to beat around the bush, man. Look, if someone we already talked about it, Jammerz. If somebody gets smoked today, which we would say is what do we say is pretty much a 10-0, bro? All
right, listen, if it's 10-2 or below, it's a smoking.
It's a 10-0. Bro, if you're going to get beat 10-2, don't win 2 games, bro. Don't worry about it, because it don't count. It's still 10-0. Straight up, bro. You got no pride. You've been playing the game for too many years to get beat 10-2 or beneath that, bro. Time to hang it up.
Man. No, I'm telling you, we had to get him on. We had to get him on for this, because we'll talk about the story in a minute. But you know what, Rob? It has been a while. I think it's been about 7 months, maybe 8. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been quite active, but I mean, how you been this past couple of months?
Oh, man, I've been good, man. You know, I've been able to, since I'm back home in the States, you know, of course, me and Jammerz were out in Poland for like pretty much a whole month. Well, I think Jammerz came in like the tail end, like the second half. But, you know, I feel like now that I'm home, I can comfortably use my British accent without having to worry about Jammerz talking trash about me. I'm talking about he would really piss me off. He really would piss me off. Because he acted like it was the craziest thing for me to use bruv and XYZ. Like, bro, listen, understand something, all right? American slang is actually almost as cool as UK slang. I ain't gonna cap. Almost as cool. So I don't need to use y'all stuff I don't want to. But when I do, it's because I'm good at it. I sound right saying it.
No, listen, it went from a 7 out of 10 when I first met you in Poland. It went to a 9.5.
Man's is knackered, bruv.
It went from a 7 to a 9.5 out of 10. Now, what made me laugh, basically every 2 seconds, was he ended every sentence in bruv and in it. That's what was funny.
In it?
That's
what are you saying, bruv? What are you saying?
There you go. Case in
point. Big man can't get it. Man like RobTV. Big Hollywood.
We might need to make him adjust his sentence where to use the big man thing or the BMTs, but he's got it. He's got it.
Is that BMT? That sounds like a damn sandwich. But listen, this is the thing you don't understand, bro. A lot of people, I don't even think you knew knackered before I said it.
Are you
know
sure?
what knackered means?
Are you sure?
Do you know what?
Are you sure?
Do you know what crepe? Do you know what crepes are?
Oh dear. Do you know what a waistband is, Rob?
Do you know what a paint? I'm looking at one right now. Do you know what a painting is?
Okay. Do you know what a painting is?
Painting, bro.
Are you sure?
You know
I don't know. Man said he's looking at a waistband right now. I don't know. You look at yourself a lot, Rob. So
I don't actually. I don't even know what I look like, to be honest, because I'm too humble to know.
I
don't look into that sort of thing. I'm too humble. See, that's your problem, Jammerz, is arrogance. I'm proud of you. You come very far. You got your own show and everything, you know what I'm saying? but you're not humble enough.
I'm not humble.
That's your problem.
I don't
Hold
know.
up. I'm just not realizing something. Do you got the braids out today?
I don't know. Wait, do I?
Ooh.
I mean,
You always got on the sway in the morning hat.
Oh yeah, because my hair's a mess like half the time. Because I roll around in my sleep a lot. I don't know.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, I roll around in my sleep a lot. So I just
You don't wear a do-rag? You don't wear a do-rag in your sleep?
No, I do. But I just like, again, I roll around like a lot. So it's not tight enough half the time.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay, I feel special. I feel special that you actually had a braids out today. Seriously, I do. Like, I feel like you always got them to sway in the morning. I like that. You looking crispy. I like both. I like both though.
Man said sway in the morning. Anyway, listen, me and him could catch up because this guy's been doing a lot of stuff and getting on with the things. But yeah, no, you know what, Rob, there's one thing we got to talk about. I want to get your opinion on it. Richard, bring out the Evo announcement, because I did have the pleasure of announcing the game at Evo, or the Evo announcement last week. So Street Fighter will be at Evo 2022 this year amongst these other games on the lineup here. If you haven't signed up, you're thinking about signing up and want to play Street Fighter, go for it. You can see the link down there, smash.gg/Evo there. But Rob, I've got to ask you, it could be a silly question, I'm going to ask you anyway. Are you planning to go to Evo this year, or be involved with Evo somehow this year?
So you know what's funny? I actually don't know how that goes, because ever since I got into media, the only, like, all the jobs that I've worked have just been people hitting me up. So I don't really know how to apply for an event. So I don't know. I haven't received an email yet.
Okay. I mean, like, so for Evo, you have to send a show reel. You've done one already, haven't you?
Yeah, I've made it real.
Yeah, so just literally, if you find the form, you can ask Logan, or I have to find it because I haven't filled it out myself. Fill out a form, and at one point, it'll just say, send us your highlight reel. And as long as it's a short highlight reel, I think you've done that as well.
Do you think I could just tell them how many push-ups I can do, or what my max is on bench, and it might suffice?
I mean, look, if you can impress Pokimane with all your accolades, I think you're in. I think you're in. So,
all right.
just
I think I'm going to go that route. I think I'm just going to DM Pokimane my bench, and I think I'm going to see if I can get an Evo like that. And if not, then, you know, GG's.
I mean, you should also send her the Elden Ring clip as well. You should send her that as well. I think you should do that.
Bruh. Oh, my gosh, bro. I'm cracked out on that game right now. I ain't going to lie to you. Yo, Jammerz, can I ask you a tough question?
I mean, go for it. I'll try and answer it.
Who do you actually think is going to win today, bro? In chat. Who is going to win today?
Who do I think is going to win, or who do I want to win?
Okay, you can give us... Wow, really going to go that far? Okay, you can give us both.
Okay, because I'm a huge fan of Flaquito's Rose, I want him to win.
Okay.
I think this would be a pretty close set, to be honest with you. We are going to get the story behind this. But again, I've wanted Brian and I wanted Rob on the show for quite some time. And lo and behold, we have got them on here. And also, it was Brian who suggested his opponent, Flaquito, to come on the show. And I've been watching his roast for quite some time. And obviously, we've known about Brian F for so many years, even dating back to SF4, right? So this is going to be an interesting set. Personal bias, I want Flaquito to win, Rob, because he plays Rose. What about you? Talk to me, Rob.
Look at Brian's smile, though. Yo, I'm not going to lie to you. Brian, off of that smile alone, has a 99% chance to win. Flaquito looks sad as hell.
Oh, what?
So I think off of that alone, bro, he does, bro. He looks like his head isn't all the way in the game. Or he might be trying to he might be going through a little emo phase, trying to, you know, impress the girls by trying to impress the paintings actually in it. Trying to impress the paintings, trying to be all smooth and all that, trying to be on his NAS type thing. My man Brian, nah, he's not worried about being cool. Big smiles, big oral V-trigger combos. So I definitely think that Brian is going to be favored here. But I don't know why these people, I can't wait to ask them, like, why even play these characters, though? Like, they're both masochists in the end of the day. It makes no sense. These characters suck. You've never seen Big Hollywood play a low-tier character. I don't understand the logic.
I mean, like, again, you've made your point clear, abundantly clear, time and time again. And again, you are looking at the champions level. Some people want to have fun. You're just like, look, I have fun in the victory, being the champion. Some people just like the look of aura.
Is my do-rag bronze? Is my do-rag silver? No, it's gold. So you know what type of characters I pick. You know what I'm saying? I guess you want to pick those bronze do-rag ass characters, be my guess.
I mean, look, everyone finds satisfaction in these characters in different ways, shapes, and forms. You like it in purely solid fundamentals, and then your blonde women in the game. Other people just like a man.
Yo, don't throw that in there. Do not throw that little comment in there, bro. All right, I'm with my queens. I'm with my sisters. All right, all due respect. I love all women. I'm just saying, I love my woman.
But I mean, some guys like the characters with 3 strand hairs on their heads, and you know, some people want to use the Gucci scarf to get some damage.
Yeah, I'm definitely more a Gucci scarf type. But of course, I do think that both of these characters are super exciting. Well, okay. No, I'll say Oro is super exciting. Rose is fun to watch too, though.
Okay.
Like it's nice to see underrepresented characters, and it's crazy that how my man Brian just ditched Balrog.
That's crazy, right? It's just he went from Balrog to Oro just out of creativity and technicality. But
that's cool, man.
Balrog's bland. Right now, in comparison to the Season 5 characters, even Luke, I think Balrog is straight up bland. I think he's boring. So
man, I couldn't, but when wasn't he? I guess only when he had V-Trigger. Was that Season 2 when his V-Trigger 1 was busted?
Yeah, and Tap, of
like
course. He just laughed because Tap did 80%.
That's when he was I remember Javi. Remember Javi Rog? I don't know if you remember. He hit like LPM with like the I was actually there seeing that. Yes, bro. That was ridiculous. Like, so I feel like that Balrog was hype, but right now he's just like, I guess kind of running a nil character. He's not exciting like Kieran.
I'm missing, like I said, every character's got their fun in it somewhere. But you know what? We played the trailer at the start as well, Rob. I've got to get your opinions on it. Street Fighter 6.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Do you know what it is? Because I think I did tell you this when we were at Poland before. I do see a lot of conversations. I don't engage with a lot of things. I see things here and there, but I'd rather go like Rob. Talk to you about what you think initially about Street Fighter 6 instead of just seeing the public tweet, you know? So give me your thoughts real quick on the game. Or what you've seen. Man.
Yeah, so of course we don't know all too much yet, but the first thing I was hyped about is just the way that the characters look. Like I don't know if the game is actually gonna look like that. Like it looked extremely realistic with, of course, like the sweat, the muscles, and all that. Ryu looking like half my size or something like that. So that's really impressive. And Luke, I don't know if a lot of people noticed this. I brought it up on Twitter. If you look close, Luke actually has scars on his face now.
Yeah.
I really wonder what that's about. Why is Luke and Ryu facing off with each other? That's kind of, I wonder story-wise what's going on. Like, did one of them kind of go bad or something? But most importantly, man, honestly, for me is, well, for one, I would say I can't wait to see what the mechanics going to be, just because every Street Fighter game is very different mechanically.
Yes.
But outside of that, like, there's a lot of controversy with, like, the logo, right?
Yeah.
The logo is one of the things that excites me the most, believe it or not. And it's because I feel like it is a snapshot. Like, we can get kind of a look into Capcom's mind as to the direction they're trying to go, right? Like, whether or not you like the style of it, I personally like the style of it, but I think that maybe the esports side of things can be getting a lot bigger with Street Fighter 6, which I think is a good thing, of course, for people like us, and just for all of us as fans, because before we did any of this, we were just fans of it in the first place. So hopefully we have a whole lot more Evo moments and stuff like that in Street Fighter 6. I think stuff's going to be a lot bigger. Okay.
Interesting. It's a very interesting angle you came at, because, again, this is why you got to give Rob so much credit, is stand out the crowd. It's like, look, while you guys don't like the logo, he'll go, look, here's why I like the logo, and explain
it. It's my opinion, yeah.
Listen, because for me, there's too many sheep in the world to get. I don't like it. Why? I know, because my favorite influencer don't like it. It's like, so you don't actually, you don't, whatever. I ain't got time to talk to you. That's literally, I don't have time for those people where they can't even think for themselves as to why they don't like a logo.
I feel like it's impossible for it to happen, but I know chat gonna kill me, all right? I know I'm gonna sound old and everything, bro. But man, just in a perfect world, there would be no comeback mechanics. In a perfect world. But I feel like for entertainment value, like viewers' entertainment value, that probably wouldn't be all too good. So of course, technically, I feel like let's just die on the sword. But for me, as a straight competitor, bro, on that side of things, like, bro, stop giving Jammerz that stupid V-trigger with poison after I cook his ass up for the first half of the round.
I mean, to tell you, look, I tell you what, he still remembers this. He probably does. He played me, Karen versus Poison. He 5-0'd me, and he never picked Karen again. No, we were together for about 12 days. He did not pick Karen ever again. He picked Guile, He picked Chun-Li. He picked Ryu, and I'm like, he is not gonna give me this Karen again.
Why did you notice that? I
That's
didn't
it.
even notice that.
No, I
I
did. You played. You said let's play, and I remember F1 said no, he's kind of good, and then you picked Karen 5-0, never picked character again, and I was like, damn,
Yeah, F1
I'm
told me
not
that you
even
could play,
worth
so
this
I had to
man's
see what-
time.
No, it ain't like that, man. This, you know.
Don't worry. I'll
It's a
listen.
rough matchup
I'll
for
try
sure.
and get good and get my run back. But anyway, we do have our lovely guests in the green room waiting. So I want to make sure these guys unmute their mics so we can have a lovely chat with them and get the banter rolling before the exhibition comes through. So if Brian and Flaquito can hear me, can these guys unmute their mics? Richard, you might have to give them a little nudge on the Discord as well, because again, there's plenty I want to ask them. Rob, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of things you want to reminisce on and bring up and ask them as well. There's quite a number of things. But yes, let me see if they're here. Brian, Flaquito, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Hello, hello. Yes, I can.
Yes, yeah, me too.
Perfect. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Rob, you as well, I want to thank you again for taking time out of your day, coming through and joining us on this show. In this first part of the interview phase, obviously, we just chat with you guys, ask you a bunch of questions before we get you hyped up and ready to play the first attempt where you guys are going to slug it out. So, my first question, I want to direct it at Flaquito first. Now, Flaquito, I've been watching your rows for a while. I vaguely saw you in 4. I don't think you were as huge, or at least as well known as other West Coast players there, but I did remember seeing your rows once or twice in 4. And my first question for you is, what iteration of Rose feels more entertaining for you? This version of Rose or SF4's version of Rose?
Oh, well, SF5 Rose for sure.
Okay.
She has a lot more tools than SF4. SF4 was just, just basic whiff punish, backdash, escape, throw fireball, anti-air. That was about it.
Okay, interesting.
Her orbs were sick though. Was that Ultra too?
Yeah, the Soul Satellite. Yeah, so the V
Soul
skill she's
Satellite.
got now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
basically.
thought that was actually sick.
Okay. Well, at
No,
least they turned it from an Ultra to a V skill, right? Because they wanted to make a critical art just completely different. So, I mean, yeah, I agree with Flaquito. I really like this version of SF5 Rose. Flaquito, this is my opinion, but I want to hear a Rose aficionado's opinion on this. Do you think Soul Punish is Rose's best move, or am I wrong in saying that?
Soul Punish is her best move. I'll probably say Soul Bind is her best move for sure.
Okay. Why do you think that?
That leads to a hard knockdown.
Can you tell us what these moves are for the people who don't know the names? Like, bro, y'all really just be assuming we know. Somebody know that, man. Like,
Basically, right, for those of you who don't know, first of all, because Rob, you've seen the move, you don't know the name. Soul Punish is the orb. It's stationary and it stays in 3 different places and it detonates over time.
okay.
Damn, you really don't pay attention to Rose. And Soul Bind is the anti-air scarf.
Okay.
Where she anti-airs and she grabs you the scarf and gets the knockdown.
Yeah.
But essentially those are the moves. But sorry, Flaquito, you were saying Soul Bind is her best move because...
Yeah, it leads to, a lot of damage as well as a hard knockdown, and that's like her only Oki tool that she has. So the more Soul Bind she gets, essentially she gets more Oki, which in this game is crucial.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like, even when you knock people down with Soul Spiral, that's kind of more setting up the zoning aspect. So you put out the projectile, set up the V skill, set up the Soul Punish. So it's very conflicting how Rose works in this game, but as a standalone character, at least design-wise, I think Rose is actually amazing. It's just a shame that I think she's got too many uphill battles in this game. Would you agree with that as well, Flaquito?
Well, Japan would agree with you with her putting her bottom 1 character.
Bro, don't bring Japan up in tier list conversations, bro. Please.
I mean, she has a tier in her own, G tier.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I don't agree with that at all. I think she's, mid tier at least. I actually see potential in her, and that's why I play her. I don't play characters that are bad.
Okay.
I played Seth when he was the best character in the game as well as Ibuki in Season 2 when she was one of the best characters as well. So I do see potential with Rose.
Okay, that's interesting.
Potential means bad.
What? Well, I mean,
Low key.
If you say in Street Fighter V, that's the truth of it. If you say a character has potential, they're bad. You don't got time to realize potential in this game. That's the fact of the matter. When we got Cammy, when we got Luke out here just mashing any button, if you get a knockdown, mid-screen, meterless confirmed to Oki into a throw, you play the game. If you have potential, you're not playing the game. That's just the truth of the matter. I think Oro has potential, which means he's bad. I think Rose has potential
Bro,
too.
don't start
which means
downplaying
he's
this early in the stream, Brian. Don't start downplaying this early in the stream.
I get Flaquito though. I feel the same way, the same kind of urge to like maximize the character because there's always more to do because the characters are complex. So it feels great to invest, but you know, CPT season comes around, it's not the same.
oh yeah, you got to pick a character that gets
game.
the job done, man. And unfortunately,
yeah, you don't got time to get better. You got to win right now.
That's what's crazy about this esport environment. One question I have for Brian before I hand it over to Rob. So Brian, you had a drastic turnaround in social media the past year and a half, 2 years, and that's been going really well for you. What made you decide to go, you know what, I want to get bigger in this space and have people hear my opinion more? What made you want to become a bigger content creator, Brian?
Well, I wouldn't say it's about opinion sharing, but the way I thought about it is I've always been a competitive player that documented my journey from the very beginning. Like Street Fighter 4, you know, many people don't know I even played that game, but yeah, I was actually really grinding that game a lot. I was just, you know, in college, not going anywhere, just going to tournaments in Florida. So I had like I got top 32 at CEO one time, right? That's like my claim to fame in Street Fighter 4. But I couldn't go to events like that, and I was just grinding in Florida. But I always, towards the end, I started streaming, and I would just always stream all my practice. So I always kind of felt like I was just like a player documenting myself trying to get good. Like there was no hidden secrets to the journny. There's people who have been around since that like 2015 era, like when I first started streaming at the end of Street Fighter 4. People have been watching, and I've made a lot of friends from that era to this day. Still hang out in the chat, still hang out at events when they happen. So I kind of just felt like I always documented my journey with Twitch. So I've been doing that for a long time. But then when with COVID happening and all events were canceled, we're all at home. I did feel like there was a big void in the content creation space for the Street Fighter and just in general, like the fighting game community. I felt like there was a big lack of just like, what do you watch? What content is out there to engage people who are looking to participate in the space and maybe aren't just grinding sets and ranked all day, every day? Like, what is the stuff that's going to bring in the people slightly outside of the core center of the community? And like, how do we widen the sphere? And I looked at other communities, like when I look at the Smash community, for example, they kill it in the content creation game. I feel like they're constantly putting out really creative stuff and lots of content, not just from competitive players. Like that's kind of my model, is like the competitive player model. How do I transform what I do into content and build on that? But there's people who are not good players, no disrespect, but they're great content creators and they keep people engaged and they participate in this space. And there's many different lanes and roles to fill. And I just thought it was mind-blowing to me how much we lack that and how much I felt like that would get people to enjoy the games and participate and learn about the games. So then, COVID is happening. We're not going to tournaments. I'm not on a plane every other weekend. I was like, screw it. Let me go harder on YouTube, because I always streamed and uploaded YouTube here and there, just like kind of sets and like little things here and there. And I would do theory crafting and talk about stuff, but I was like, let me get structured with it, hire an editor, work together and plan this and like really try to grow there, while still kind of doing the competitive thing on the side, because I got more time now. I have the weekend, I'm not on a plane. So basically it was an opportunity and I decided to take it. And it's kind of worked out since then. Yeah,
that's crazy. And I remember Rob told me this when we were talking about content in Poland last year. He said, look, Jammerz, you have to remember with a lot of things in this world, the content writes itself, or it kind of creates itself, sort of thing. Now, I do see sometimes the videos you guys do is based on somebody tweeting, somebody having a wild take in a YouTube comments. I got to say, your YouTube comments, some of the funniest YouTube comments I've seen in the past year and a half, Brian. I don't know what people get.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not. But
I don't know, man. You got some crazy people.
I definitely do.
But I mean, are there topics where are there some weeks where it's like, you know what, I need someone to have this wild take on social media so I can make content? Or have you got like a bunch of things lined up ready to talk about?
No, and to be honest, I don't want to do that sort of thing. Like I try purposely to minimize the take, tweet, and react to it form of content as much as possible. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think I do that as much as other content creators, and I take pride in trying to stay away from that. I've used that occasionally if there's actually like a worthwhile thing worth talking about, and it's not just sharing stupidity for the sake of sharing stupidity, right? Like, I do not think that's engaging for the most part or valuable. So I try to stay away from that. So generally, what I do is I try to structure, if I'm learning something, which is what Aura has also been for me, I try to structure what I'm working on in a way that is consumable as a story. So like, okay, I want to learn this new mix-up. Here's me demonstrating the mix-up. Here's me going for it into matches. Here's the resolution where I finally achieve it. So they're along with the journey of me learning something new. Or here's a punish I'm trying to learn. Like, you can take individual things of growing as a player and package it in a way that's actually entertaining for the viewers. Not entertaining for Rob, though.
I mean,
as he leaves the scene.
sorry.
Bro, yeah, who don't like Twitter drama and whatnot, bro? Like, yo, Jammerz, can I ask?
No, please, Rob, fire away.
You invited me on here. All right, I was calling my agent. That's what I got off.
Hey,
here
listen, please.
These softball questions and everything.
Now
You know
get
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
meat and bones. Hit him with the stuff you really want to hear, Rob. Ask him.
Okay, this is what the people want to know. All right, Brian, we can start with you with this. Now, look, Brian, you can look at the screen. You can see that I got my no neutral headphones on right now. Man.
I see you.
No neutral Astros.
Let's go.
Right? So you know what we do on no neutral, bro. You know exactly what that title means. We keep it a buck, nothing down the middle. So when it comes to first to tens, it's a fact, in my opinion, but it's a fact that it counts like extremely. People don't think of it like in the front of their mind like that, but subconsciously it's like that. Like, Vega Patch just got murdered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bringing it up because I remember him getting smoked like that. Luigi, shout out to Vega Patch. Luigi against Chris T. Body bag, zip it up, GG's, 10-0. Ain't no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? So we are gonna remember that even more than we would remember like a regular tournament set, honestly. And just think back to Daigo versus Infill, or Daigo versus anyone really in the long sets. We always remember those results. So just like that, I think that, when it comes to these type of situations, you guys gonna of course be smiley because there's no bad blood, everything is positive. But how serious is this for you?
Well, it's serious. I took it serious. I took it more serious than Capcom Cup, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me,
look at you trying to downplay me kicking your ass, bro.
No, you kicked my ass.
That up.
That's why I wanted to contrast it. Like, you beat my ass in Capcom Cup, but going into that, like, my goal there was I want to play Order to the best of my ability and see if I can do anything with that. Obviously, you beat my ass and I failed, right? Going into this one, because Flaquito, this is the chance for a run back also. Flaquito beat me 3 and 2 WNFs. I was about to win my first Aura only WNF. He beat me winners and losers in grand finals, right? So because when I was approached for this, it was like, okay, who's your opponent going to be? Who do you want to challenge? I thought about it, and the only person at this time that I was like recently got smoked by, I was like, all right, Flaquito, he's using Rose, so there's one thing. It's a really weird matchup.
Okay.
2, Flaquito's an underrepresented player, so I feel like it would be an opportunity to, represent the West Coast and the strong players that, people don't really see that much. And 3, I want that run back because I'm salty as hell about this, and I know how it is. Flaquito is not as known as I am, so I'm putting my reputation on the line. I think this is a bad matchup for Oro, so I'm setting myself up for failure. But I really took it serious because of that. I practiced for this matchup more than I practiced for a lot of matchups in this past year. Like, I really labbed Rose a lot. I tried to find some training partners for Rose, which is hard to find. How do you practice this matchup for an actual decent Rose? And I did a lot of labbing and match review. Like, I really did put a lot of work into this compared to there hasn't been as many events this year, right? So this, to me, I took it seriously. Like, I put a lot of preparation into this, and there hasn't been many opportunities to do that this year. So yeah, no, I'm taking it serious. If I get smoked, I get smoked. But regardless, I know I put in work to make it happen.
Brian, that's why you are one of my real life homies, because you're willing to put it all out there like that and be honest about your approach. So that's a really dope answer. And Flaquito, actually bouncing off of something Brian brought up there, like as far as the difference in notoriety with you guys. Of course, everybody just starts somewhere. But in general, I know that a lot of players will bring up the fact that there needs to be more opportunities and things like that. I feel like there comes the times for players like this, for example, where, you know, we all have these situations, and it comes down to how much do you really take advantage of that spot, or realize how much, you know, these certain situations can do for you in your name. Of course, you're one of my favorite players in the States in general, one of the strongest players in the West Coast. Do you feel like any of the gravity of this situation when it comes to like notoriety?
Well, to be honest, for me, at the very least, I just like playing the game. I don't really care about any opportunities or getting my name out there. So that's how I've always been. But I always liked playing just sets in general. So any entertaining sets I can play, and I'll always take the challenge for it.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
You know what? I like that. I really like that. Again, very conflicting opinions going into this first to 10, but it's going to be enjoyable nevertheless. Flaquito, I got to ask you as well. In your opinion, what are Rose's best matchups? Give me the top 5 best matchups if you can.
Top 5. I'll probably say Birdie, Zangief.
Birdie?
Yeah, Birdie.
Wow.
That's
okay. Why? Okay, you got to talk to me about Birdie real quick. Why is that a good matchup for Rose?
Well, just use V skill 2, and when he throws the can, you just do your soul satellite, and that's it. You can't really do anything about that as well.
Damn, I didn't know that. I've been playing.
Yo,
Rose.
I wanted to make sure I asked too before it's too late. Just in general, of course, you guys are picking these 2 characters that are, of course, not that popular. They're not meta characters, not super strong, I'd say. What actually, I guess, Flaquito, you can answer me first. Like, what inspires you to play these characters that are more, you know, I guess, untapped? And not the highest tier.
Mostly, at least with Rose, she plays in a way where I want to play the game, and you know, everybody wants to play the game in a certain way, either aggressive or, you know, zoning, you know, keep away type of game. Rose does the things that I want, and that's where I would excel in as a player. So that's why I picked her up.
Okay.
What about you with Oro, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, normally I like characters that are like super bully, strong characters. So I feel like Oro is like way out of left field for me. So it's kind of a fluke that I picked him and I liked him. But I mean, with the V trigger and the mix-ups he gets, you have those bursts of moments where you can just like bully the crap out of your opponent. So I played Balrog. I used to play Abigail. I played Seth when Seth was broken. You know what I mean? G. So I kind of like that bully aspect where like you can just feel like you do whatever you want for a little bit. So Oro has that, but the rest of his game is not like that. So it's been super fun to learn like the zoning aspect. Like I don't think people would expect a Balrog player to pick Oro, but to be honest, we don't have CPT. So like I was playing Oro on the side. We had the one CPT event, we had Red Bull Kumite, and we had the finals. So I just tried to, I focused in on Balrog for the CPT to qualify, and then after that, when Capcom Cup got canceled, I just said I don't care anymore, so I'm just gonna play Oro because I had no motivation for anything. So
yeah, just have fun, pretty much.
It's a way for me to learn new aspects of fighting games in general and explore something, and so I feel like it is making me grow as a player to learn something new, and it's a time to mentally reset and do other new things. But that's what I'm saying. When that patch comes around, if a tour gets announced, if I got to get on a plane to go to Evo, you know, that potential's out the window at that point. You know, things change when you got to get on a plane and fly to an event and sit down and play somebody side by side. That's a different type of experience. So because of the opportunity, I would say, because of the lack of opportunities, it's an opportunity in a weird way, I've been able to explore new avenues of the game and have a lot of fun with it.
Damn, that was well said. Speaking of Evo, I want to ask you both quickly. Are you both planning to go Evo this year, or are we still thinking about it? Brian, you first.
I'm most likely going. I haven't registered yet, but I would say most likely. Unless, who knows the state of the world in a couple months or days even, but yeah, most likely going.
Okay. Flaquito, what about you? You planning to go?
Yeah, I always plan to go to Evo. It's only like a 3-hour drive for me, so
I'm jealous.
It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm definitely jealous of you. It's more like 30 hours plane, like, you know, taxi, something like that. But I'm jealous of people who can just drive down there and have some fun. All right, so we've got about just enough time for one more question. I want to put you guys on the spot. Rob, I'm going to put you on the spot as well. Who is the best character in Street Fighter 5 currently? Flaquito, you first.
Best character in Street Fighter 5, probably Luke.
Damn, another one that said Luke. Okay. Brian?
Luke.
Okay. Rob, what about you?
Luke.
Okay. Interesting. Everyone said Luke. Ever since, I think about 3 weeks ago, it slowly shifted from Cammy to Luke, and it's just been Luke from here
You
on
can be
out.
bad with Cammy.
Cammy is close.
You can be bad with Cammy. That's the difference. You can't be bad with Luke. I think it's impossible to have a bad Luke.
Ah, okay. No one said that yet. I think people know that thought. They haven't said it out loud yet. So I like that Brian has said that. You can't have a bad Luke. So if there are any bad Luke players out there, well, you need to sort your life out. Anyway, we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, we are going to get Flaquito and Brian F in this lobby to do this first to 10. So don't go nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with you shortly.
All right, you ready?
Street Fighter 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Brian F going up against Flaquito and obviously our special guest all the way from Hollywood, RobTV. We had an interesting pre-match interview and great banter. I'm telling you, if you don't love this guy, there's probably something wrong with you. But yes, we're going to get right into the meat and bones. What everybody's been waiting for. Me and Rob had a short discussion about it, but now we're going to get on with it right now. So then, It is, as these guys said, they spoke in the Discord channel before we went live, and they said, you know what, gentleman's agreement? Because I said the set's not character locked, but Brian said, gentleman's agreement, are we going to do Oro versus Rose? And Flaquito said, yeah, I'm down, we'll do it. He enjoys playing Rose, so it's going to be an interesting set. Now, as we alluded to before, as Brian explained, he wanted to challenge Flaquito because he's blocked him from winning an Oro-only tournament with Wednesday night fights. This is going to be interesting. And this is a matchup we don't see like at all, Rob.
Bro, that's why I'm excited, man. Like, I feel like we all love seeing more kind of like untapped matchups. Like, how many times have we seen Karen versus Kimmy at this point, bro? Let's be serious.
Even over the weekend.
Bro, I just saw enough Luke versus Urian for a lifetime a couple days ago, bro. So this is really dope to see. Yeah, somebody get the bits in for the chat.
Let me see how this is going to work. So yeah, I played a little bit of Rose. I played Broski in this matchup, but Broski's a better player than me. So I want to see the American perspective on this matchup because Brian said it's weird. Flaquito, I don't think he disagreed with that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out through and through. Well, Tengu certainly cross-countered him. Okay.
These are both like Oro and Rose are pretty much like zoning style characters.
Yeah.
But I feel like Oro, I would imagine like we're seeing here that Oro will be better full screen than Rose.
The thing is, Oro can set up shop with the V-Skill 1 and close out the first round with the teleport. So yeah, Oro can set up shop with the Fire Orb and obviously the V-Skill 1, but then Rose can kind of negate them. She doesn't get the advantage, she negates them, so it goes back to a neutral game. So I'm going to be very curious to see how both of the players kind of circumvent their projectiles and just get in each other's faces, you know?
You can tell my man Flaquito has the matchup knowledge. You see he went for the crouch strong into the fireball. He knew there was a gap one for the EX.
Yeah, buffered the sand hard punch into Soul Spiral as well, trying to put a Soul Punish. It wasn't out there. V-Trigger 1 activated. And he did say this was the better V-Trigger. Good blocks there from Brian.
Yo, there's actually some mad cheap stuff Nephew does with this V-Trigger. I cannot stand this V-Trigger. It's really nice.
Do you know what's crazy? The thing is, the best way to deal with it is either V-Shift, not V-Break, just V-Shift, or Delay Rise. But against Delayed Rise, if the Rose player knows how to counter that, you're in trouble. Ooh.
I'm pretty sure there's like some amazing anti-air damage you can get with this V-Trigger.
Yeah, there is. It's nuts. Oh, yeah, V-Trigger 2's got... No, V-Trigger 2's got the anti-air damage, the 400 damage one.
Oh, okay. Neff was doing something at Street Fighter. Oh my goodness, the shimmy. Ugh.
Okay. All right,
what
listen,
you reaching
man.
for?
Oro's shimmy game's kind of alright. I mean, again, he's one of those unorthodox characters, but when he shimmies you and gets you with that crouching medium kick, you'll kind of feel embarrassed about it.
Yo, Oro kind of got like the braids that you have, but like just like not as long.
That
like
three strands of hair.
When you get old, that's what you're gonna look like.
Oh, do you know what? I swear, if I get old and only have 3 cameras left in my head, I'm actually gonna phone you and start cussing.
Are you gonna cut them off or are you gonna leave them?
I'll leave him. I'll leave for as long as I can. Oh man, good
answer. Beautiful. Her crouch fierce is not very fast starting either, so it's really nice to see the answer like that.
I think it's 9 frames though. I think that's alright. Oh,
9 frames is okay, but it's not great. Isn't Bison's crouch fierce 9 frames?
Hold on, he's dead.
Oh, there it is. That left, right.
And that's the thing. But he's not, Rob, he's not going to. Tengu Stone. He's not going to.
Man, see? That's the problem with these wild characters, bro. You would rather death for your life than not have your features.
Listen. Obviously, look, not many characters are privileged as Karen is V-reversing, going back to neutral.
Right.
Remember, all the clips you see and some of the success this character has, the iota of success, it comes from Tengu Stone. My man will hold that and guess wrong if he can activate afterwards. That is the gamble they take. He'll die on that hill.
To be fair, even Urian players do that, and they don't need agents per se. When a character's V-Trigger is that strong, they're like, nah, that's it.
All right, so it's
but one. Yeah, Oro really is pretty weak without V-Trigger in my opinion.
Do you know what it is? Because obviously
his hurt boxes suck.
You played Brian and you beat him 5-0 in the exhibition.
Yeah, I studied hard for that matchup. Like I know the Oro matchup.
Yeah, but even then, right? You said he's pretty weak, but you studied hard for it. You again, if it was such an exceptional matchup for Karen, you wouldn't have to study as hard. But I think
no. I think I might have lost if I didn't study hard for him. Honestly,
I think he's too gimmicky for me.
He is. He's very. You have to study the matchup hard. Like, you know, one cool thing I learned about this V-Trigger, like although it's extremely strong, is that it's risky, but you can whiff punish him while he has the V-trigger.
Yeah.
The reason I'm pointing that out is because, of course, when he whips a button, the stones and whatnot still comes behind it. So if you don't perfectly time your whiff punish, you're gonna die. But if you do time it fast enough, if your reactions are that good, then the stones are just gonna drop to the ground. So that's it's very good.
Ooh, delays the landing with the air fireball there to make sure it doesn't die. And the Soul Spark catches the Onibi V skill. The thing is, at full screen, if he's trying to set up that V skill, it's too slow startup. So he's sacrificing positioning and potentially losing the round.
You saw how he was moving his hands. He was like doing like a Naruto jutsu or whatever that is, bro. He was spending way too much time.
No anti-air there. Okay, that's the thing. Brian has to try and mix it up and see what Flaquito's going to do against the double jump. That's why I think Aura's neutral game is very gimmicky and very mobile, because he's got a fast dash, he's got the double jump, and those are very committal anti-airs that Rose is using. Crouch Fierce, the anti-air scarf as well.
You see that sweet whiff punish from that one was just because he has V-trigger, but you see that sweet whiff punish from Flaquito against the crouch strong. You have to make sure you're whiff punishing Aura's crouch strongs. Big back throw. Brian's very happy with that. Oh gosh, you might be dead.
Yeah, he actually still alive.
Brian!
Oh,
okay.
The normal
just
that
making it interesting for us.
Yeah, I mean, the normal that the Aura players, hey, it came and paid dividends there. I mean, that normal is forward and medium kick, I believe, and I see it come out more in terms of an accident than intentional. So
yeah, a lot of times in these first to 10s, man, guys, you gotta understand, it's very a first to 10, first to 7, whatever is way different than the first to 2, just in the sense of like how you set everything up, the mind games. Like, I really think a first to 10, generally speaking, really shows who's the better player.
Yeah, proper player ability.
Yeah, like, cause you got too much time to adapt. Like, you can be down 5-0 realistically and win the first to 10 still.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I mean, like, again, we have to get the tournament results, and that's what most people care about. But I sometimes feel it's like that is not showcasing how good a lot of the players in this community are at the game, you know?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Sets up shot.
Oh my gosh, that recovered in time. The anti-air, that was great.
Oh, committed.
Whoa. Oh, you know what? I think that was after low forward. He thought that low forward fireball was coming out.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you can try and I think you can confirm crouching medium kick into his charge uppercut.
No. I think Rose did low forward and he thought it was going to be a cancel into fireball. So
oh, yeah. Try to get the interruption. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But right now, it looks like Brian's strategy to me, it seems like it's more of a, try to set up full screen. But Flaquito was dealing with it well. Like I said, we saw the whiff punish up close. I do think that Rose has the better buttons mid-range, as we see with that stand fierce. So I don't know how much he wants to play that. And look at the jump in over the fireball, man. Flaquito's reads are really strong right now, but it's still early.
It's been kind of slow so far, but it is 2-0 to Flaquito right now. Brian said he has been practicing this matchup. And right now, it is looking a bit torrid in terms of neutral and just trying to get things started overall. But hopefully, Brian will get himself into this set before he gets interrupted by the Soul Spiral.
Guys, oh my gosh, the chase down on the back dash. That was preemptive. Huge read on the back dash. He knew he was like, yo, he's going to back dash or he's going to reshift. Look at all of that damage. Whole lot of red. Pardon.
Oh, he caught him with the typical teleport behind off the EX Soul Spark and ends it with a Soul Bind. Someone has asked how fast is the scarf. The light and medium version of 7 frame start, the heavy one is 11, but they all do the same amount of damage. Good damage here for Rose.
My man Brian is DP in the air. He must not be able to see the fireball coming out there.
I think he's trying to anticipate it more than react, but it's a very, I wouldn't say like super tight gap, but crush counter.
Look, this is a good indication of how a match is going. Even if you take out like the score, when you notice that one player is almost always in their corner, that means they're getting cooked up in the neutral game. So right now, Brian has to make some big adjustments because when someone's back to the corner that much, that means they're just getting out mooched.
Now, one thing I've noticed, and I've actually noticed this about Flaquito's gameplay for quite some time, he will wake up with the stand light kick and convert into the target combo forward H can get the cancel. That's a hugely rewarding wake up tool to do, and Brian hasn't really been able to stop that. So I don't know, maybe he should kind of dial it back a bit. He's been a bit too aggressive at the moment, but what do you think?
I think overall, I'm hoping that Brian came with 2 strategies pre-thought out. That's typically how I go about playing. I have at least like 2 strategies that I can go to, not including like okay, this is my V-trigger strategy, V-trigger 1 strategy, this is my V-trigger 2 strategy when they pop that. Sometimes there are different strategies for different parts on the screen. So knowing the professional that Brian is, I would imagine so, but it's very hard to just go in and completely just raw adapt with a strategy that you haven't practiced.
Yeah, he hasn't got any resources, but he's trapped in the corner. V-reversal again. He has got a considerable life lead, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold that for the double jump. Oh, can it confirm?
Oh my god, that combo was so sick.
He might lose. Okay.
Oh, he delayed the wake up, I think.
Yeah, he did. That's what I was saying before. Delay wake up is a way to counter it, but you have to be careful if the setup is going to come after that, if the Rose player is ready. And we are looking at a Rose specialist in Flaquito.
Brian is not getting enough from trying to sit back and zone out. I would like to see him walk through. But okay, at this point, he's just waiting out the feature. Waiting for features. That's how it's going.
Well, this goes back to... Oh, no, he messed up his own setup. Can he still get it, though? Oh, he did.
Yo, I want you guys to make sure you're paying attention to the details. My man actually just whiffed the crouch strong to make the stones come out so that he can get a free jump in because of the advantage from the stones. That was really, really sick.
Dude, have you seen how far the stones go when he whiffs crouch medium punch? That's like the longest traveling thing that he has when he whiffs buttons. It's crazy. Oh, he misses his conversion there, Brian, but he still gets Oki, but Flaquito was able to walk out. Soul Spiral again.
We're seeing adaptations already from Brian. Before that EX chicken feet, you already see him pressing more buttons, trying to fight more in that mid-range, switch his strategy up.
There you go.
And then, of course, goes for 2 chicken feet, so he's definitely switched his strategy already.
He needs to, like, you need to dash, throw the fireballs, you need to do the chicken feet, you need to do the double jump. You need to make Flaquito scared about thinking he can control neutral. It's a risk on Oro's part, but you need to kind of make these guys scared.
And you know, a good thing is that in the end of the day, Rose does not hit hard.
Not until
so
V-trigger 1, no.
Yeah, that's something that I actually take into account a lot when it comes to how I break down matchups. Like, the risk reward of me pressing the button. Nice.
Go.
Great adaptation from Brian right there, man. Right on cue when we were talking about it. So far, we had seen him just going for like the full screen zoning. He just wasn't getting a lot from it. Flaquito had a good read. So that didn't work out, but as a professional, my man goes ahead and adapts. That was sick. I was kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie, bro, because we just talked about if it's below 10-3, you got smashed. So I'm like, man, how am I gonna make an excuse for Brian after this set, bro?
Well, look, again,
so it looked like it might be a good one still.
Going back to what he said the matchup is weird. Right now, look, if it was a top 8, it would have been 3-0. It would have been 3-0 to Flaquito, we would have moved on. But like you said, first to 10, we get to really delve into the player's mind, how they adjust their strategies, whether it's aggressive adjustments or defensive ones. But I feel this one can be very flexible in terms of what both players can do with their characters. So.
Yeah, I agree. Both of them, even both of them have pretty good mid-range buttons, and then of course they can zone as well. 2 characters with a great V-trigger. So really, this is actually a very exciting matchup overall, bro.
2 throws and try to go for the hard kick there to blow him up, but is he gonna go for a setup? He does. There's the V-shift, like I said.
V-shifts, but that's Flaquito won't mind that. But I really don't think it's bad to V-shift in those spots, man. Just because also it's a guaranteed V-shift connection, so you get half the V-meter back anyway.
But again, he had too much health lost in the process, so trying to get out of that mix-up and not gamble that next guess just to go back to neutral when you're already at the disadvantage. It's just something Brian's going to have to think about for the next, 7 to 8 games, maybe?
I love the way that Flaquito is playing overall, man. I feel like, honestly, as you see right there, when he goes he went for the fireball, then you see him walking up in the fierces. All of a sudden, now he's throwing a whole lot of fireballs. Like, that's the sign of a strong player. He's even winning, he makes it so that you can't tell exactly what his strategy is going to be. He's switching it up a lot.
All right, there's a throw there from Brian. Can he get another throw? It won't stun, but he can keep the pressure up. No throw yet. Good defense here from Flaquito. He was looking for that sweep. I think that's why Brian threw out forward medium kick, and he gets the cross counter. What's the setup going to be? Ooh, good blocks from Brian.
I feel like if you're going to V-shift right there, he could have just not took that mix-up in the first place and V-shifted, but at least he got out.
Here we go. Just waiting there. 1 poke will do it, or 2 pokes. The God button. Crouch medium punch.
Oh, oh my God. 1 hit was going to chip out. I mean, 1 hit. Oh, nice whip punish. You know, that's interesting. Flaquito was, and I didn't mean to say chip out, 1 hit confirmed would have gotten a CA kill for Flaquito. But Flaquito is going for a lot of those soul spirals in neutral. At max range, is that safe against the?
So
I thought he punished him from pretty far.
They're -10 all versions of soul spiral. If he gets the distance wrong, I think Aura should be able to catch it forward medium punch. But after a lot of strings, because you're trying to get in range to deal with it or take your turn back, that's why soul spiral is catching you. It's because you're walking forward. There you go. See, right there. See, it's -10, and he's using a 10-frame move to catch it. I think that's what Brian can get at best, though. So it's V-trigger. Nice catch.
I like it.
Right, walks away. And he has
Brian's
to
keep it. You see Brian sitting there charging. He was actually waiting to DP through another low forward fireball. Big jump in.
Oh, and he got him again with the interruption to the target combo. And he's got to deal with this big damage here from Flaquito. What was that?
He could have V-shifted. He was up by... I feel like with that much health, you don't need V-trigger, so you V-shift.
Right. He's got to be careful because he might grab him. Dash up and grab. Yeah, he did it!
Oh,
there you go.
the call out.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, because after that dash from her CA, she's +2. But you're not exactly in throw range. But Rose has exceptional throw range, like Poison. But you have to get that slight micro walk. Now, because...
So if you walk back, you're probably going to be out of range of throw. But can her low forward reach?
Yeah, but you wouldn't do that there. Not in that situation. I was on the same wavelength as Flaquito. I would have dashed out and tried to grab you as well. I wouldn't have tried to press the button because Brian's looking for the activation.
As far as counterplay, do you just walk, like if you walk back, are you in range of her low forward?
Yeah, but again.
Oh, okay, so okay, you can't just automatically walk back.
Brian didn't really have the health to be dealing with that, so.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate there, but it's 4-1.
Oh my goodness, nice.
Commentary curse. Now that was the right read on commentary. I knew what Flaquito was gonna do. That's not a curse.
Yeah, that was godlike. That was godlike. Bro, you were doing stuff like that in Poland too, bro. Your reads are too good.
All right, there we go. Has to block it out again. Good break. Throw.
We haven't. Another interesting thing. We haven't seen any CA so far. I would say.
Not from Brian. We've seen critical art from Flaquito. Because that's how he got the setup from the last round. Not from Brian, though. Because Brian needs to get comfortable.
A big reason is because of these characters have good ways to use their VX bar.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? All right, sets up shop. All right, there we go. He's in there. Back dash. That was a knockdown.
Ooh, that combo. Oh, that was sick.
Okay.
Bro, staying light kicking a low forward from that far was OD.
Yeah, listen, I totally agree. I had no idea that Aura's charged hard punch caused a knockdown. I actually had no idea it did that on backdashes or airborne opponents. Oh, he tried to catch a throw bait there. Flaquito's not biting. Good confirm. Back there again. Soul Spark. I'm just going to put Aura in the corner here. And again, there's situations that you've noticed this about Brian before where he's in a good position, but he doesn't want to spend that V meter. He kind of wants to save it for V-trigger, Rob.
Yeah. Ooh, big jump. Like, you know, you play Rose, right? When she does the fireball into the like the teleport, can you not just like go for a jump forward?
If you do a jump forward, but the thing is, you don't know if Rose is set up a fireball trap. Yeah, you don't know if it's gonna be a fireball trap. You don't know if it's something basic. And that's great. Oh man. Flaquito's looking to make this 5-1, Rob.
This is actually an extremely important match for Brian. You know when it gets to that point in the set where the score difference is so extreme, like 4-2 to 5-1 is completely different.
All right,
he only did a jab punish, but at least it's something. There it is again, Jammerz, that wake up stand light kick, getting so much mileage from that.
It's so good for him, and like Flaquito said to us in the pre-match interviews, like this is the only way she gets Oki. That's her best move, in his opinion.
Oh my gosh, bruh.
Oh no, he just did the line, but he did the wrong soul bind. Oh, Brian's got a chance to come back. V reversal.
Great V reversal.
Can he chicken feet? Is he going to chicken feet? No, he's going to set up shop instead.
Good, all right.
Almost. He almost got him with that soul punish there.
Is there EX fireball coming soon? Follow behind?
I think he's going to just wait it out for a minute. I think he wants to save that bar. If he gets there, it is.
There's the EX.
Oh, I don't know. Brian's losing resources, and the life is, the life is not with him. Hold on, just wait for it there. That was clean.
Ooh, that was right off the dash.
One throw will do it. There it is. Sometimes.
Oh my goodness, bro.
See, and you know what's crazy, right? This is why I like first to tens. You see situations like that, that wouldn't bug me too bad, because I was already 4-1 up, and I don't mind losing to a grab.
To a tight type of
That's true. I don't mind that. I think because when I play this game, and I've noticed a lot of people do this, they want to tech, they want to do something. I said, dude, you've got like about another 10 games to pan out here. Just watch what the guy does. Let's see how he plays.
Make him risk it. Give you some info.
Let's see what he does. That was so sick there. 4-2 to Flaquito. Brian slowly but surely coming back. Okay. Crouch medium punch again.
That the dash anti-air was so clutch. They've both been very on point with their anti-airs.
It's Rob, you know as well as I do. It's super important at this level of play, man. Like you can't make the mistake.
It's a prerequisite.
You just have to have it down. It is pretty much imperative.
Because the thing is, man, like everyone talks about, oh man, like try to stay on the ground. Like yes, that's generally speaking how I like to play. Especially, I mean, obviously Karen is great on the ground too, but everybody, not the DP.
He committed. I think he thought a hard kick was coming out. He committed to that, didn't he? Oh no.
But the thing is, everyone, no matter how good you are, everyone's gonna jump and jump a decent amount because of the fact that the risk reward is so good for it in Street Fighter V.
Oh.
So if you don't have that on point, it doesn't matter how good the rest of your neutral game is or your strategy, that just not anti-airing amazingly will break everything down.
Oh, missing punish. He was too far. He misjudged the range and he lost the bar in the process, but he gets the trade confirmed. But Flaquito wasn't ready for it. Brian is losing too much damage in the process doing that.
Yo, Brian's DPs, like, I know there's a reason behind them, but it looks so bad.
No, trust me, because it's the heavy version, so it's Strike Invincible from frame 3. Oh, he might be dead. He's done. That's a wrap.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Okay.
You know what? Another thing I'll bring up, even with Brian getting the 2 games so far and making good adjustments, I would say that it's been dominant for Flaquito so far, even because of the fact that like the 2 games Brian did win were more, or at least the last one, I feel like the first one too, were more nail biters, like clutch type of wins. So that actually matters a lot. You don't get as much momentum. I'm sure Flaquito, it looks like he knows that if someone beats you like that, you don't need to change your strategy.
For sure.
It's when someone is really like clearly has dominance over you. Right now, Flaquito's in the driver's seat.
And you know what's interesting as well? I don't know if you noticed this because this has been happening for at least like the past 3 or 4 games. Look how each other's spending meter. Flaquito's spending less, but getting more mileage from this matchup than Brian. Brian's trying to compete in the neutral, get the conversions off the EX Tatsu. Like he's had to splurge much more meter than what's required in comparison to what Flaquito's doing. Crush counter.
I agree.
Go.
Big crush counter. You get the corner positioning. I like the dash up. You see the dash up, dash back right there. Brian's not trying to let Flaquito know exactly where he wants to be.
Him down and gets the confirm. Into the heavy on the Yanma. There you go. Back throw there from Flaquito. What's he going to do? No!
No, he's going to find a way for that DP to just get blocked.
Oh, no. He's going to stay on the ground.
Okay, but she can't. Oh, my gosh!
This is
Why
it.
didn't he V-shift? Or maybe in the corner he would have got hit.
No, so if he V-shifted, when you teleport above and behind them, you'll always go away. But again, you want to take, I wouldn't say he's always taking that gamble for the V-trigger, but this is why you have to be prepared for both the quick rise version and the delayed rise, because Flaquito was expecting it.
The crazy thing with that mix there is like, if Brian blocks that, then it's pretty much GG's because of the chip out, so that was extremely clutch by Flaquito.
Nice conversion on a standing opponent there from that crouching medium punch. I love the awareness on the specific combo there from Flaquito.
Bro, these DPs,
he needs to calm down. He needs to calm down.
Bro, like, I don't understand. Chat, explain to me. I'm looking at the chat like, help me.
Help me.
I don't understand.
I think he's really trying to anticipate certain strings because, again, Flaquito was actually pressing buttons into Soul Spark early. And again, I think he wants to really not reset to neutral, but he needs to scramble and get back and fight back. You know what I mean?
Bro, I feel like he just watched too much Daigo versus Gamer B in Street Fighter 4. He watched that clip before this and was like, you know what?
I'm about to
make myself a legendary moment. And it's not working yet.
Well, he's still in this set though. 6-2 to Flaquito, and he's had a comfortable time in this set thus far.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see Nephew saying he's trying to go through the fireballs, but it appears that it's very difficult for him to react to it
It's a tight window.
At this point, the risk reward isn't worth it.
Yeah, again, I mean, in this matchup, what do you do as Brian now if you're like, your reversals aren't really working and you're getting punished like 90% of the time? There you go, that's in, misses his conversion.
Dash. Yeah, I like this idea. I like the idea of Brian muddying the track more. You know, another thing, man, I really feel like he's not getting anything out of that amazing V-trigger board.
Well, as you say that, he's about to win the
Right
round.
as I said.
Oh, you get
Can't
to
make
the
it
chicken
up.
feet. Oh, there you go. Fantastic. All right, listen, man, you know as well as I do, like you said, you practice meticulously against the Tengu Stone. You got to know how that works, and you want to know.
It's very strong.
Yeah, for sure. Goes low. Nice whiff punish.
Nice whiff punish. Flaquito's neutral is looking very nice, man.
He looks extremely comfortable.
Yeah, I like his game. Look at the hit confirms.
Yeah, Brian's waiting for the trigger. He wants a hit now, not a block. He wants a hit. Yeah.
The big thing in the corner, guys, is the... Whoa! Come here!
Right, that's unscaled. That's going to be big. He has to do the whole combo. He has to do the whole thing.
Oh, my...
He has to do the whole thing.
Look at this damage, chat! This character sucks!
Hold on.
I don't know about that.
He's not going to throw him yet. Yeah, he's not going to throw him yet. There it is.
You brought him corner to corner, bro, with like 900 damage.
But hey, listen,
was sick.
do you know what he did? It was a whiff punch with the V-trigger, and he's going to get the round. You know what? I respect that. And I really wanted Brian to win the round after doing that. When you have amazing plays like that, you have to win the round. You have to.
Yeah, that was sick. That like you hate you. It's like when it doesn't happen like that. It's like in basketball, when someone crosses someone but they missed a shot. Like nah, bro, you gotta finish it. He hit it right there. That was nice.
That was crazy,
bro. But corner to corner for all that damage is kind of crazy, bro. Because you got hit one time.
Look, look, these games nowadays, they're highly damaging. You can't make a mistake, like we said, at this level. Look, not only did he get, 500 or whatever damage, or like slightly less, but he got the corner positioning, and I was able to help him close out this round. So it's 6-3 to Flaquito against Brian.
Bro, 6'3", that's my height.
You are not 6'3", because I'm 6'3".
Oh, okay, I'm 6'2".
Oh, man.
Brian's turning up that aggression a whole lot, bro. Like again, we keep seeing these dashes. Flaquito's whip punishes, like his composure stays up so much, bro. Look at the jump. Okay, Brian.
He's dead.
Ugh. Okay. I know Brian just screamed it when he landed that last DP to finish him.
Oh, man. Good stuff there as well. Didn't have to spend that much meter. Do you know what? His anti-air combos and the juggle combos from the stand medium punch are they're fantastic. I think he's got some of the best juggles in the game, if not the best juggles in the game.
Yeah, honestly, that back medium punch or stand medium punch is so ridiculous.
Right, we're just going to keep him here. I don't know if Brian's going to do chicken feet. There it was. But that's what I was talking about it.
Again, the wake up stand light kick, like he just knows. He's like, yo, Brian, you do not have the meaties. You don't have the meats.
I've got to ask him about that after, when we go back to the interview stage after this. I've really got to find out his thought process behind that, Flaquito.
Yo, I want to make sure you guys will see just how well Flaquito's playing neutral. When he throws these fireballs, you're seeing the EX through the fireballs. He's timing his regular soul spirals. Is spacing them pretty well. He's whiff punishing. He's anti-airing. Like, it's just not easy to break someone down who's playing that strong on neutral. He's covering so many different options. And the way he's doing that, so you guys know, it's not by being ready for everything at once. Look at it, bro. It's not by being ready for everything at once. It's by focusing on 2 to maybe 3 maximum things at any given time and knowing, like, having a read on which ones are coming.
Yeah. Do you know what's crazy as well? He stops throwing fireballs when Brian has Tengu Stone because he doesn't want to do raw activate into the EX chicken feet and get the conversion. That's another interesting thing where Flaquito's not throwing fireballs. It's crazy, right? And then when you're patient for that much time, he gets Brian to think it's okay to throw fireballs, and he reacts to the EX Soul Spiral. There's a strategy behind this whole neutral game. It's fantastic.
For sure. Look at that, nice spacing. Oh, he could have whiff punished that. Next time, don't be surprised to see Flaquito ready to whiff punish after a block soul spiral or go for the buffer. The whiff punish buffer.
All right. Oh, no V-trigger there.
Punish.
He was banking on something, Flaquito, but punish there from Brian. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
bro, this is such a big match for Brian.
There it is.
Oh, it's ugly.
Brian's got to guess right. Yeah, he's got to guess right.
Oh, yeah, lucky.
The game saved him. The game saved him. He's dead.
Bro, that juggle.
He's dead. Unbee's out.
Oh, it's not over yet. Broski clip time.
Not quite. That's punishable. That's punishable. And the Tengu Stones, the items betrayed him. So he couldn't make that hard kick save. And it is now 7-3 to Flaquito. To be fair, if the game didn't save him, he would have been dead off that V-Trigger 1 mix-up. What? He had a couple. Rob, talk to us, what's going on? He looked defeated. You look defeated.
Bro, look. He's over the. I'm gonna make sure we put this out there. He's over the 2 mark. Right?
Yeah, he is. He is.
So
he is.
it's already in the respect range. But I'm not gonna lie. I thought I definitely had Brian a slight edge in this combination.
Remember, he asked for this.
Yeah, that's true.
He asked for this. So
nice. Let's go, Brian.
Can you get?
Good job. I mean, well played.
Don't worry. You can say your infamous line. All right, good counter poke there with the crouching medium punch. I just feel like there's a strategy there, but it's like Flaquito is just 10 steps ahead in terms of what the matchup knowledge is. Like you said, right at the start. Blocks.
We just saw it right there. Brought up earlier. He goes for the soul spiral, and then that time he was ready to whip punish. So he's downloading a whole lot. Bro, Brian is just not getting a lot from these V-triggers, man. I would like to see him throw some more.
Okay,
Ooh.
that was an accident.
Ooh.
That was an accident. Don't worry. It was either rollback or he was super confident that Brian was going to be walking forward.
That's the West Coast special. They do that over there. That's the West Coast special.
They just start a move into CA.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with that. That's how, you can't shame them for their game.
I love how you specified and said it's the West Coast.
Brian!
You're the best.
Oh my God.
Don't worry.
Man did the low forward to DP on block, but he's still in a good spot. Bait him.
Hard kick. You gotta be careful there. It's just Brian's
Nice
timings
punch.
with that are all over the place right now.
When Brian's doing a forward medium punch to the kick, I wonder if he can do like EX kick instead, or if he just doesn't reach his point.
I don't think he wants to make himself minus 17 if things go south. Do you know what I mean?
feel you.
Right throw. Oh, he got him!
Oh my, that fireball just hit so deep. Oh my gosh.
You know, it's one of the worst air fireballs in the game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, obviously,
I guess with V-trigger is nice.
Yeah, with V-Trigger 1 is nice, but, it is one of the worst air fireballs in the game.
Yo, you know what button from Rose actually just sucks so bad to me?
Talk to me.
And Fierce. I don't know if a lot of people would think that, but I actually really think that button is horrendous. Wow. But I mean, to be fair, I play carry, so the hurt box on it is just so big, bro.
Dude, the hurt box on half of Rose's moves is so big.
Yeah, seriously.
Hold on,
but I guess as long as you're at range, don't whip it.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if Flaquito did wake up CA, to be honest, but no, he's gonna hold it out here for now. What's he gonna do?
Oh my God, V-shift.
Oh, you're dead. Run! You're dead. You were dead. Oh no, you're dead.
You got a V-shift that.
He's not gonna do it, Rob. He's not gonna do it.
Bro, but the health is like even. You just gotta trust the nooch.
He's not gonna do it. You have to understand, Rob. Some of these V triggers, they are too good to pass up.
Bro, if I'm gonna die and it's 60% health to 50% health, like we right there, I'm gonna die. Bro, I'm V-shipping and just trusting nooch. And the V-ship is gonna, because of V-ship, the way it works, you're gonna get half the V-meter back anyway.
You know what? Save that question for when we come back to the interview. You literally come out and ask Brian, why'd you not V-shift half of those steps? Just ask him, straight up and ask him.
Well, I feel like you're talking like it's over and it's not over yet.
I know it's not over yet, but you can still
my man Brian is still in here.
You can still ask the question regardless.
Yeah, you're right.
This is the thing. What you're seeing right now, ladies and gents, is it's happened like 3 times now. It's a clear example where Rob's saying V-shift, it will help you, and they're not doing it. I'm not in the hot seat.
Danny Fam said the West Coast special is winning, and I can't really argue with it right now.
Oh, nice trade. Activates.
West Coast looking like Best Coast right now.
He was too far. Okay. So it works out for Brian though.
Okay, Brian.
Low forward, he might lose! He might lose! No!
It's so cheap. Maybe back rise? I don't know.
Or
like
delay rise. Or delay rise.
Yo.
Heat at the moment, you want to get up. Heat at the moment, you want to get up. He's been getting hit by so many of those cross-up fireball situations. It's crazy. Here we go. Is Flaquito going to look to make this 9-3 against Brian F? Gets the conversion. Brian is
Yeah,
struggling.
there really has been. I see Adam in the chat saying there's been a lot of rounds to him. There has been. I feel like Flaquito, of course, has dominated too, but there has been some rounds that have.
There's been numerous rounds that should have been Brian's. I'm not even lying on that
and then
front.
he gets hit with a V-trigger teleport.
Yep. Nice whip punish. Checked. And again. Wow. The audacity to tech there. Okay. Didn't tech a third time. And again from Brian. Okay. Let's see if he can close this one out. He needs a mix-up. What's it going to be? Good blocks there from Flaquito.
Dang.
Escape.
That V-trigger. Look, bro. When he does like land something with V-trigger is nice, but man, his reads during his V-trigger has just been not good. Like, it's not even like he's, you know, with a V-trigger like that, you can throw somebody 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
You know, because you're so scared of getting hit. He's not getting throws or anything. He's trying so hard to actually get damage. Bro, there's no way it's 9-3.
Dash up, stand median kick, the button that makes it airborne from at least frame 4 or 5, I believe. But yes, Flaquito is 9-3 up in this set, ladies and gentlemen. Potentially one more game for Brian F. Rob, can he do it? Can he bring it back to at least 9-6?
Yeah, I think he can get it 10-9. I think he can win 10-9.
Let me see it. Let me see it. I think from this point onwards, he is going to have to throw everything in the kitchen sink at him.
This is the thing. If you can at least make it 10-5, 10-5 is a lot better than 10-3. In my opinion.
But I think he just needs to... I think someone mentioned it. You might have mentioned it before as well. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive, but it's the matchup knowledge that Flaquito's been showcasing. So Brian's been kind of like perplexed a lot of the time. So it's been difficult to figure out how to get back in and stay in, you know?
Yeah, and you know, look at the fireball. Like, look at, oh my gosh, the way that
chicken feet. Yeah, okay.
Options.
Back throw.
Bro, throw him. Just keep throwing him, please.
Oh no! I'll take this instead.
Oh my! Why was that jumping? That was sick.
Delay there from Brian. Gets a grab. Can he get this round, or is he going to slip through his fingers? He gets the round. Perfect.
Well, he'll have to take the throw or wake up stand light kick.
Yeah, man. All right, listen.
But during V-trigger, he's never woke up stand light kick. They just block it.
I think, like, again, you know about it way better than I would, but it's that risk-reward assessment, or that risk assessment, right?
Yeah, for sure. But it's like Brian's going for the home run a lot of times.
Spacing trap.
There it is again, space trap, yep.
And what's interesting as well is Flaquito can make as many mistakes as he wants for a little while because he's 9-3 up. So
yeah,
if Brian does get this game, it's not going to hurt him too much. So spiral. It's far third. Okay. Right, let's see. This is going to work out for Brian. He's going to take it to the corner. He's going to go for a mix-up. It looks like he's going to go for the full conversion here. And he's spent the bar. Guess for game.
Nice.
Is Brian going to do dash up chicken feet? I am going
Jammerz.
home.
Okay, Jammerz. Yo, you actually the GOAT. You're actually the GOAT, bro. Somebody please put that post on Twitter. That's a bad man right now. Batman Kings.
There you go. Big man thing, bad
That's
man thing. We'll take
crazy.
it. All right, listen. Come on.
That was fire, bro.
If you want to know what professionals look like,
Yes.
we're
Yes,
sitting
sir.
right here. I don't play
Yes,
Oro.
sir.
I don't
My
play
man says he's
Oro.
gonna do dash up chicken feet.
There you go. I don't know. It's like I know what I'm talking about sometimes. I can't answer yet, though. I'll tell you that much.
Not anti-air with poison is crazy. Like, you can accidentally anti-air across medium punch.
All right. Nice. There you go. He got it now. Maybe that was the game Brian needed.
I'm not gonna lie, 10-4 not that crazy. So I mean,
Yeah, but
it's
with
respectable.
think about it. The way Brian ended that last game, he might have needed that because he got it to bite. He
And
got
he
him
can
to
have
bite.
momentum now.
Yeah. Base shift. Oh, you're lucky.
Oh,
Damn. He might lose though.
nice.
Yeah, he might lose because he thought he was going to go behind him. Oh, that's the trick. That is the mix-up there. You think Rose is going to go behind you, and after long enough, long have we awaited, Rose stays in front. Potential match point here for Flaquito.
My man Shiggity Shank said whenever Daigo wants to know if he should DP, he asks Jammerz.
Oh, man. All right, let me see if Brian can come back. Anti with the crouching fierce. He's still jumping. He's very stubborn here. Oh, good patience. That was fantastic patience from Brian. Can he get this round, though?
Corner carry. Yes, we crush.
This is good for Brian. He misses the cancel, though. 2 throws will do the trick. I don't know if he's going to be audacious and get another one, but he gets the stun.
Ooh.
This is still big, though, because Flaquito's got the meter advantage, and I don't think Brian should be super aggressive at the start here because he doesn't want to lose 30% right off the bat. Yeah, he's going to wait a bit. Throw.
With the big whiff. Brian, dash up throw.
Oh, he tried it. He
Oh.
crouched this time. That was brilliant there from Brian. He's slowly adjusting there, Rob.
Yo, sometimes when your back is against the wall, like, yo, I'm about to, like, it's about to be over for me. Sometimes something special comes out.
No, he's too
I think that's what we're
antsy.
seeing from Brian.
He's too antsy because it's too tense. He knows the potential of the last round, so too antsy. The whip punish.
Oh, the whiff punish. Oh my God. He doesn't want to give him a free V-trigger. He's close to getting V-trigger.
No, he'll build it
Here's the
himself.
V-skill. Here's V-trigger.
Right. If he can... Oh, that could have been it. That would have been the West Coast special. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. Fate or a Spark going to close it out and make it 10-4 to Flaquito here in today's exhibition. And I'm telling you what, exemplary rose play from one of the finest players from the West Coast. Let me see it in the chat. GG's to Flaquito. He is your winner of tonight's exhibition. I gotta say, I learned a lot about this matchup, but more importantly, I think I learned the definition of solidity in playing Rose. Rob!
And like the chat is saying, you know, we learned the definition of a West Coast special. It seems to be that winning is the West Coast special. So much respect to the whole scene and for Flaquito for playing Godlike, bro. His neutral was actually ridiculous.
That was so sick there. Right.
Bro, 10-4 though, bro.
Do you want to talk to me about that now? Or do you want to wait until Brian can come back and defend
I just
himself?
don't. I mean, we can bring the belt on whenever, bro. I wasn't expecting that, man.
Let me let you regain your bearings at the moment. We're going to take another short break, and when we come back, it's going to be all 5 of us in the call, and I'm going to love to hear Rob's heart-to-heart chat with Brian about what transpired in that set. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back with the post-match interview.
All right, you ready?
Street Fighter 6.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Brian F. and Flaquito. If you are just joining us, I'm going to have to be the bearer of bad news once again, because the set has just concluded with the scoreline next to us on, or at least my left over here, and Rob's left. It should be his left, I was right. But yes, Flaquito won that in a dominating fashion, 10-4. I've got to say, we were thoroughly impressed, and myself and Rob did learn quite a number of things about both of you as players and the matchup there. But first of all, Flaquito, Brian, you guys can hear me loud and clear, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Yep. Flaquito, I've always wanted to ask you this. I got to hear it from the horse's mouth. Why do you wake up with stand like kick and go straight to the target combo? You have huge success doing that in a lot of your matches I've watched. So I want to hear your thought process behind that.
Well, Rose doesn't really get any conversion if you do like wake up low jab. So the reward you get from just committing is huge because you go right to soulbind and you get Oki off that. So that's my reason behind it.
Okay, and then obviously that links back to what you were saying before, which soulbind being her best move because obviously it leads into the Oki. Okay, it makes sense. Yes. I just see you use it so much and it's just so consistent. I'm like, how is he doing that? But I mean, what happens if they do like a delayed crouching button? Did you hit them with the light kick and then the hard kick just whiffs, right?
Yeah, it can whiff, and if they block, it's like -10, but the spacing is weird where like a medium kick won't punish it, so most people don't lab it to punish, so you get away with it a lot of times.
Oh, okay. I might have to start doing that myself when I go back to playing Rose. Now, Rob, you were dying to ask Brian something, so I want you to ask him it right now.
Yeah. Yo,
let's hear
what's
it.
up, bro? No, that's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. I was just wondering about the lack of V ships against the V trigger teleporting.
Oh, don't even talk to me about that. I'm so salty. You saw how many times I got counter hit?
Oh, so you were trying to V ship.
I'm trying to V ship.
It wasn't a strategy.
I need to check the inputs. No. Yeah, if you saw me get counter hit when on certain those fireball setups, maybe I'm mistiming the buttons or I'm holding down or something. I'm not getting the V ship to come out. So there was like 5 games where I got counter hit when it said counter hit when he was like in neutral. That's because I'm trying to V shift. That was my strategy. Just literally 90% of the time, something went wrong with the input.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
rough.
it's really fast, so like I might have just been like clinking the buttons or something. I gotta look at the inputs. Like maybe having a V. I was thinking like, man, maybe I should have a V shift macro because I messed it up every single time.
I don't think you're the first person to say that because again, once you do check out the inputs, I've actually seen this with myself as well. It's sometimes you get medium kick just to come out by itself like accidentally, and you're not even purposely trying to plink a V shift.
Yeah,
it's like V shift and the medium kick comes out.
I think that's what happened, which was demoralizing to say the least. When I feel like I lap some of those. A lot of those cross ups you do want to V shift unless she has like the soul the explosion orb out. Like there's certain things to cover it, I know. But yeah, a lot of those where I just exploded randomly. I was like, well, I meant to V shift, but it's so fast that you mess up the input.
Yeah.
So I got another question about as far as like strategy is concerned, Brian, and actually both of you, but I'll start with you, Brian. Is the fact that it seemed like your first strategy was to play like a more zoning game, like a full screen, and then you didn't really get too much mileage out of it, and then you switched to playing like a more, I would say, aggressive, trying to stand your ground more, be willing to risk some pokes. For one, was that your first strategy, like trying to go more zoning against roles? And for two, what did you already have like that second strategy in mind in case that didn't work, or did you just freestyle it?
It depends on the ranges, so I wouldn't say it's like one versus the other. Like if you're full screen, you can desync the fireballs and the V skills to get advantage in the fireball war, and you can do a lot of interesting things with the V skill 1. So like the orb that explodes, like if it's right on top of you, you just throw out V skill. V skill will completely neutralize it and still have it hit, and you're totally safe. So like there's a lot of things you can do from full screen. So if that situation's set up, if I could get space to do that, I will do that. But if I'm in the mid-range game, you can't throw fireballs because she can just react, like EX drill everything, and you can't do anything pretty much. So if I'm in that range, it's more like bulldogging time. But if there's like a gap where space is created, I'll go for that. So it was more just like, I think early on, I don't think it was EX drilling as much. So I feel like the space is being built faster with the fireball game, and because of that, we went to full screen more. But then when he was like, oh, I can just EX, very quickly react EX drill more consistently, I was like, okay, I got to lay off the fireballs at this range and hold my ground more. So it's kind of more of a response to what he was throwing out. I wouldn't purposely go to full screen unless like a situation was set up for that to happen.
Okay, I definitely, I definitely respect that. But I mean, Flaquito, what about your perspective? Because again, Rob brought up some very interesting points about how you guys are handling the neutral. It looked like whatever Brian did to kind of counteract what you were doing, you look pretty comfortable with it. Would you say Rose has the advantage in the neutral game in terms of the projectile wars and whatnot?
Yeah, this is definitely Rose's favor for sure. Oro has a really hard time just in neutral, and his offense is not really that great either because backdash escapes a lot of it, especially Rose's backdash. So,
okay, that's interesting. Brian, I got to ask you as well. You double jumped at times, but I felt you probably should have been a bit more stubborn because Rose's anti-airs are very committal. Crouching Fierce got a lot of recovery in the Scarce. If that missed, then she's in a whole lot of trouble.
Highly disagree.
Okay.
100% disagree.
Go for it.
The Scarfs destroy the double jumps. That was the biggest problem I had with this matchup when I first played it. Was my default anti-fireball strategy was to double jump around fireballs. Like I don't have to commit to any jumps. So I can jump forward, jump back if they don't throw a fireball, but Scarf covers the full screen. So when I first run into this matchup, I had to have that habit beaten out of me because you know, the Scarf, like especially the heavy one, will just cover that screen. Like you're just done for. Like it's pretty free. I feel like. I felt like Flaquito actually could have used that more, to be honest. He was kind of waiting to Crouching Fierce more, but no, I don't think the risk is worth it ever. Actually, that was like the #1 thing. I was like, don't even try it because you get knocked down, hard knockdown. It's a lot of damage, and then she's in your grill again. Just walk and gain ground on the ground by walking forward, and then just commit to a jump if you want to get lucky. Like, don't even bother double jumping. It's not worth it. Eat the Crouch Fierce.
Fair.
Don't eat the Scarf.
All right, now because from my angle, sorry, Rob, sorry to keep it to you. From when I was watching it, I was like, okay, maybe if you double jump that close range, get into Crouch Fierce, you might be able to catch him and get the conversion off the lights. But you've just given me a full detailed explanation as to why you should not do that. So thank you very much for enlightening me on that aspect of the matchup. Rob, now what did you?
Yeah, one thing I was wondering about when I was watching the matchup was I can tell like a part of your labbing, Brian, was to do DPs against Rose's fireball cancels from normals, but a lot of them didn't work out. Like it seemed like it was hard to react to it. Like in your labbing, is it something where like when you lab it, you specifically found that you can react to it consistently, but just in the match there, like you weren't able to actually react, or do you have to call it out?
It's not just the cancels. It's very finicky because it depends on the range. So if she's spaced out further, then the heavy punch DP is fireball invincible on frame 3.
Yeah.
So it depends on the gap that she leaves. So there's even a point. If it's too close to the block string, if there's a sweet spot where it hits on frame 2 or 1 or 2 of the gap, so it'll interrupt, it'll counter hit your DP. Then there's further out where you can actually DP it, but then there's too far where your DP will whiff. So it's kind of finicky like that. And yeah, you have to wait for the cancel. So I think you can react to it. I need to practice that more, I would say. I can't 100% conclude if it's like 100% reactable. I feel like it is. And there's other counterplay, like if she does up close Scarf, like you can like do EXDP if it's too close. And basically there's a lot of options, but I would chalk that up to like needing a lot more playtime experience, which is, you know, not easy to get. So yeah, I feel like that's one of those things. To me, I feel like there's a lot of strategies I had that I didn't have enough reps in to be confident. Like also the other thing was like the drill punishes. Every time I did a drill punish with towards medium, I would often go into like non-EX Tatsu because I wasn't confident.
I was wondering about that.
See, Rob, I told you he didn't want to be at minus 17 for no reason.
Yeah.
Right. It was so I feel like if I could rep out this matchup more, there's definitely momentum opportunities I could have taken, but that was like a lack of confidence because I haven't played the matchup enough to like be like, okay, I know for a fact that this is going to connect because it's also range. Everything is range specific in the flow of the match, so you got to get a lot of experience to be able to recognize it on the fly. So there's definitely moments like that where I was like, is it going to connect, is it not, is this going to punish, is it not? So like on paper I know them, I just need more reps to capitalize.
And Flaquito, I just want to say first and foremost, man, that was very impressive. Your neutral is dead nice, man. Like I love your whiff punishes, being ready for the fireballs, and but the main thing that I actually want to point out, outside of just giving you your flowers, is the fact that a lot of people don't realize that at the highest level of Street Fighter, even when you're winning, you have to switch up your strategy a lot. And what I noticed from watching you, it reminded me of like when I watched Ding Chung Chu at the season final. It's not like you really stuck to just one thing. You might occasionally just throw 5 fireballs in a row, and then the next round you might not really throw any whatsoever unless they're full screen defensive fireballs. You might occasionally go for jump ins, going for the drills. Can you just speak to that? Are you conscious of making sure that you cycle through your offense, through your options when you're playing these long sets?
I have I guess I just like playing fireball characters a lot, and one of the things that I learned from that, like at least in this game, Plates of God as well, is that you can't just, stick to one thing. You can become way too predictable with them jumping in or dashing in. So just mixing up your timing and your strategy a bit is a better long-term, I guess, benefit to how you play, especially in a long set, since you become a lot less predictable.
Okay, interesting. And Flaquito, how important is it, just for Rose players out there that want to be as good as yourself and even a Filipino man, shouts to Filipino man as well, how important is it to work on Rose's game outside of Soul Spark? Because obviously you like to throw fireballs, but because of so many anti-projectile tools in this game, how much discipline do you need to not throw that and work on other aspects of her game?
Oh yeah, just don't use it that much, to be honest. Just use her normals more, because they're really good as well. And I guess one thing that at least you have to do with Rose is hit confirm. You can't really I guess I see a lot of Rose players, like they just always confirm, like always cancel to like fireball when they get like a low forward.
Yeah.
So you should really just hit confirm into medium slow spiral instead, or just at least space yourself out instead of always committing to fireball.
Okay, interesting. Also, before we go back to Brian with some questions, Flaquito, the West Coast special. Rob said it. I saw Danny Fam say it, and I think I saw Chris CCH. Shouts to those guys as well. Can you enlighten me on what the West Coast special is?
Is that a misconfirm?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you did,
like
you did spiral into CA on block.
All right, I can explain that. That was rolled back.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah, it's showed a hit.
Are you sure
That's
about
a 23 frame.
Are you
confirm.
sure?
That's easy. 23 frame confirm.
I mean, I think that's just kind of how you guys play it. I think you're trying to hide away from it. There's nothing wrong with it, bro. You can embrace your uniqueness.
I mean, Jesus, if you think that's unique, Rob, I think you need to play EUCFN. You will know the definition of unique when you come over to our neck of the woods. God damn. But Rob, did you want to ask anything else for pepper Brian with some other questions?
Yeah, another thing I wanted to ask Flaquito about is the fact that, we've already seen this guy make top 8 in Capcom Cup LCQ in 2018. But I feel like we haven't seen like Flaquito travel like a whole lot, but I feel like when you do get on these big stages, you seem very comfortable. A lot of people don't really know what it's like to be in front of these eyeballs. Everybody's, scrutinizing your play and whatnot. But clearly, you were playing it as if no one was watching. Can you just speak to like your mental state when you go into matches like this, and why you're able to play so calmly?
Well, I've been entering tournaments for about 10 years now, close to 10 years.
Long time.
So,
bro, aren't you 22?
I'm 24. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Long time.
Yeah, starting with Street Fighter 4. So, I just played a lot. That's basically it.
Okay. And what, you just kind of get more comfortable? Obviously, people get nervous regardless, but you just get less nervous over time, and then it just kind of becomes second nature to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, at least for me, I just continue to play. I mean, I remember like my first tournaments, like my hands were shaking, tournament sets and whatnot, but just it goes away over time.
Okay, fair. I mean,
I can't believe he said 10 years, bro. That you actually just surprised me so much with that. I did not know you were locked in like that, bro.
Hey, listen, a lot of these players have been playing from like mad young, and it's just like they say, 10 years. It's like, what? Aren't you like 2? Like,
yeah, bro. Like you. Do that count? Like, chat, does that count as OG? Brown, is that OG? 10 years? Like, automatically, right?
I mean, by this point, the 09ers are ancient at this point. So
wow.
It's about time to take the OG mantle.
Yeah, he got more time than that. That's OG.
Yeah, okay. So, Brian, going back to content creation, I want to get the influencer's opinion. The top 5.
Not an influencer.
Oh, well, I'm going to call you one because I like to call you one.
What you mean you're not an? You're the top
Not an
influencer in the game.
Listen, he doesn't
But
want
I'm not
to
an
think himself as that.
influencer.
Listen, the people call you that. You might not think yourself as that, but the people call you that. Because, again, you have had a big impact, especially in the last 2 years. I think in a positive way, definitely a positive way. But I want to know, in your opinion, the top 5 FGC content creation channels, in your opinion right now. You can put yourself in that bracket if you want to.
You see what I'm saying? You're trying to turn me into an influencer right now.
Yeah, I am.
A tier list of content creators.
All right,
What
listen,
is this?
Listen,
this is what you meant by if you can ask me anything. Okay,
Exactly.
You want me to burn bridges and hurt feelings. Okay, all right. Well,
Don't worry, the
I don't
tape
know about
recorder's
top
on
5.
right now.
I'm not gonna say top 5, but I guess I'll give 5 shout-outs. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I had to think for a second. And are we talking Street Fighter or FGC?
Just FGC in general. Who entertains you the most?
Who entertains me the most? That's interesting. It's weird. I don't watch that much FGC content. I would say that when I do actually watch stuff myself, I do tune into Sajam's stream and some of his VODs here. Like the talk show format stuff I think is great because, I can watch passively while doing other things. As far as streams, if you want to just put it as streams, obviously I'm watching Broski. Shout out to Broski. Oro Extraordinaire, and I learned a ton from him, so it's super entertaining to watch him play Street Fighter, and I have him on my second monitor while I'm at work pretty much all the time.
Nice.
Other than that, I guess I tune into people like I like JM Croft. He does interesting videos where he takes like retrospective looks at different games and like talks about matches or meta or like techniques and stuff from games you might not know too much about, and he does it in a really like interesting way or easy to follow way so that you can get an idea about why something is special in a fighting game, which I think is really important to have to get people interested in games, because you watch a game and you might not have any idea why what you're watching is interesting or hype or high level. And I actually learned stuff about older games that I wasn't as familiar with through him. What is that? Is that 3?
Yeah.
I can't think of any more. I watch other people. All the Street Fighter 5 streamers, I'm in like every stream. So, I would just give a general shout out to everyone still streaming this game. I lurk all the time, and all the, and I guess I'll say Team Spooky. Team Spooky's the
yes.
Team
Legends,
Spooky
bro.
doing, we don't think of them as content creators, but that is the content, I feel like. NLBC Online is the greatest platform I feel like the FGC has ever had, especially for the people and, the people that serves in America. I feel like Team Spooky as a platform, if you can enter NLBC and, you talk about opportunities and this, that, and the third, Rob, you always like to bring that up. If you're not grinding out NLBC and you're trying to do something with this, you are messing up. You are so privileged
There's
in
too
this
many people.
era.
You got people watching. You got people to compete with and everything. Like,
yeah, being able to enter NLBC is a privilege, and if you don't, take advantage of that, I think you are screwing up big time. And Team Spooky, I love the online era of NLBC. I feel like it offers so much more alongside the offline. I feel like they both offer different things, but that platform is amazing for fighting game players. And I can't give enough praise to Team Spooky and NLBC. So that's number 1 for me.
Damn, that's a very heartful compliment there. I like that. Definitely came from the heart. Another question I got for you, Brian, because obviously you've been behind the desk at big events a bit more now, helping out with certain things. Have you considered being a commentator or an analyst if you had the chance to?
oh no, Brian, nope, not at all. I already know how you feel about that.
I mean, listen,
no.
you guys have probably spoken about this in person. I haven't. This is probably the first time I've had a big chat with Brian, so I am curious.
No, I'm definitely 100%. That's the thing about being a content creator and an influencer is I hate that title because that's not what I am.
Oh,
I'm here to
listen,
compete.
I don't like
got
being
beat
branded
today.
like
Listen,
a cow either. So
I got beat today, but that's not me being beat as a content creator. That's me getting beat as a competitor because I put myself out there because I wanted to make the run back against another strong competitor who beat my ass before. Did I get it done? No, there's more work to do. That's where my mind is at. I'm not here to shift gears and switch over to YouTube. That's just because we had nothing else. I still got more in the tank to go. When that patch comes around, any tour gets announced, when you got to get on a plane and go somewhere, that's when you pick the strategies to win the actual events. Oro may or may not make an appearance with that. but I'm still, people forget. I that drives me nuts. I feel like people forget what I've done. Look me up on CPT.com.
Yeah.
Look at the brackets. See the names
Look
I've taken.
me up.
Don't look me up. People have such short memories that they don't know what I've done. And just because
Yep.
you
You know
see my
what?
video on YouTube
Yep.
and I know how to talk about the game and I know how to eloquently describe how great fighting games are, does not mean I won't beat your ass in them. So that's something I feel like people forget.
Do you know
and they
what?
need to remember. And when the opportunity comes up, I'll make them remember.
No, do you know what?
Oh
That was a
Yes,
definite.
sir.
That was a definite preach because I think I've seen Rob. I've definitely seen it with you. Brian, I have seen it with you before. Flaquito, I don't know if this happens with you. I know people, like, barely people know who you are in this game. It's crazy when I watch a lot of people talk about this game or play it, and they said, who did you play before this character? You're only good because of this character, or you weren't here because of this, or you did. I'm like, did you even look me up on Google? No, but you're still. It's like, okay, then. We'll stop the conversation there. Until you come and do your research, please keep quiet. Because there's actually so many people, even last week, there was still a couple of people, not from last week, but when we had Valmaster on, there's so many people in SF5 who don't know who Valmaster is. That blew my mind. And then again, like you said, Brian, there's some people who's like, oh, I saw Brian in a YouTube video. He can't be that good at the game. And then like again, now they get surprised. Like, oh, you kind of pretty good. Even when I play the game, sometimes people go, Jammerz, I didn't think you're that good. I'm like,
Jammerz, shut the hell up. Now you're taking it too far. You're that your ass, buddy.
I'm taking
Now,
it too far against you. I haven't beaten you yet. That's it. Relax.
Bro, don't say yet like we be going
Relax.
to war or something like it be.
Next offline event, I'll try again. That's
Hey,
what I'll
yo,
do.
Chat, you see how
Next
Jammerz
offline
tried to
event, I'll
slide
try again.
himself in there real quick
Jeez
with
Louise.
Me, Brian, and Flaquito.
I'm telling you,
Boy,
mate.
you are-
But no,
all right,
honestly,
all right.
I know I like that. I like that passionate answer from Brian because I feel, like you said, people need to be reminded. You can't forget about that sort of thing. But Rob, have you got any questions for the
Yeah,
gents
I
before I
wanna
hit them
ask,
with the
Flaquito.
final questions?
I want to ask Flaquito about his ambitions when it comes to the game. Like I know, of course, that he's already said that it's not like he pretty much is playing for fun, so he doesn't feel like that much pressure. At least when it comes to like a set like this. But hearing that you have been playing for 10 years, right? Is it really just the fun of the game that's keeping you in it? Like, do you have any ambitions to win like an Evo or something like that? I'm not saying like, oh, well, money would be a motivation, because to be completely honest, we wouldn't be pursuing FGC if money was our main motivation, right? But in general, there comes the standpoint of pride, glory, just personal achievement. Like, do you care to win Evo, to win a Capcom Cup, things like that?
Oh yeah, of course. That's why I even competed in the first place. I wanted just to get better, with the FGC, but I guess it's always been like a second priority for me, since real life is the first priority always. So yeah. So I always want to at least win one major before I retire, quote unquote. So yeah.
I just think
So
I
do-
think the
do-
FGC
do you-
should remove the word retire because that never actually happens. But
Yeah, quote unquote retire.
Yep. Flaquito, do you feel like, people like myself and Brian or whatever, like people who are like kind of really went like head first heavy into it, we felt some extreme pain before from losses, right? Having to travel across the country or wherever it may be and losing that close set. I mean, like, you might need like a long time to recoup, like maybe like a couple hours or something like that. Got to go back into the hotel room. Have you felt that? Like, have you actually dropped tears from losing or anything like that? Or is it kind of just like, oh, okay, whatever?
Yeah, there's been a few times like that. I think, at least for this game, one of my biggest losses was, I guess, Evo 2017. I think it was versus Cien. It came to like last game, last round, and I just dropped the round for that. It would have been for game. So
That's rough.
yes.
That's rough. And what is your Twitter account again, by the way? You're at?
It's Flaquito 424.
Okay, yeah, yo, before my man Jammerz closes out and everything, I just want to make sure that I tell everybody, go follow my man Flaquito. You just saw that amazing Rose play. There has to be something said, bro, for the fact that, he doesn't really have like too many Rose players to like look up and steal stuff from.
It's
so
crazy.
he has to be more innovative than say even like a Karen player or a Cammy player, definitely than a Luke player. So what we're seeing this guy do right now is phenomenal, and I definitely think you guys should give him a follow.
Oh, for sure. Right, I got a couple more questions before we close this out. So this question's actually directed at both Brian and Rob. Is No Neutral gonna make a return this year? Are you guys allowed to divulge that information, or no comments required?
I mean, if we had that information, maybe
we
could decide
don't know
whether or
yet.
not to divulge it.
Okay, do you know what? Let me rephrase that. If you had the opportunity to do something like No Neutral again, or go off and do your own thing, would you take up the opportunity?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, they were. Yeah, like, bro, I can't express the significance of like that season final, bro. Like, even like I said, like these headphones, or something. I care a lot about like sentimental value and everything, bro. So, like, just I'm not gonna go into some long, sad, you know what I mean, like, I don't know, spiel. But coming into the scene, I couldn't imagine being a part of something like No Neutral, bro. Like, of course,
It
I
still
start out
feels surreal.
It doesn't make sense to me, bro. Like seeing the graphics or like No Neutral exhibition, or the fact that there's so many people who are like fans of the show and all that, bro. Like, it's actually wild. You know, even being on shows like this. So even though the whole Hollywood and all that, man, honestly, like, I'm definitely down to earth and grounded and understanding like how blessed I am and Brian is to be in a spot like this. So I think that it's real dope. I definitely come back and do it again.
Yeah, I definitely do it again. I feel like the main thing about it is it's for that format of the CPT season, it was great because it was about a whole bunch of different regions. So I mean, we talked about just random things going on too, but it was also a lot about like, look at this region, look at these players. And I mean, even like this platform like this. So I just feel like in general, Capcom investing in more community sort of driven things to put onto their platforms from people within the community who know about it and to talk about it and to share and, you know, raise up the players from different scenes. I feel like that's huge. So to be a part of that, you know, it's definitely an honor. And yeah, we walked in there, we had a set with our logo on it. I mean, that No Neutral thing is something we just made up on a random Discord call. We're like, oh, No Neutral, like, you know, a pun, alliteration, it works. And then at the end of the year, we had a whole set and a whole event prior to the season final. So
crazy.
It's definitely an honor to see it grow that way. But I will say, I wonder what the CPT season is going to look like for all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
It might be busy, is what I'm getting at.
Well, who knows? We'll see. I mean, just quickly before I move on to our next question, did you guys approach Capcom with the idea? Or did they approach you with the project idea? With No Neutral?
They liked us at the season finals in 2020, and I think we got approached after
We
that.
just happened to work together for a season final because, of course, like,
yeah,
I was already hosting, and then of course Brian's just the top influencer in the game, so they hit up Brian, and they liked the way that it went. The people liked it as far as like the viewers and stuff, so it just kind of went that way. If we do another season of No Neutral, though, I feel like you can't just bring the same thing all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so there's already ideas that I have, like, or if we end up doing it again this year, like, I would like to have like guests, or actually, let me chill out. I can't give y'all too much just in case.
Someone might take your idea and take it somewhere else. You gotta be careful.
You have to tune in to see.
You gotta be very careful. Right, I gotta ask these final two questions before we let you lovely gentlemen leave. So we have a patch coming out. It could be any day now. I wake up in a cold sweat, and I'm kind of worried about what they're gonna change and what they're not gonna change. But I want to get Flaquito's opinion on this first. Is there anything you would hope to be changed in this upcoming patch, or are you just gonna kind of just go with the flow? Whatever Capcom just throw our way, you're gonna just accept it, Flaquito?
I mean, the only two things I want is nerf Luke and buff Rose, and that's about it.
Wow. Simple. I like it. Brian, what about you?
I mean, I gotta kind of mirror the same sentiment. Luke needs to be nerfed. Luke. Luke definitely needs to be nerfed. The fact that he can't be bad is driving most of the player base up the wall. No one is having fun fighting against Luke. Like, it's bonkers how absurd his normals are, and how much you don't know how to. You don't have to know how to play the game to play him. I'm sorry to say that. I really don't feel like you need to know how this game plays at a higher level to do well with him. It's just, that's just how it is. And I don't mean well like winning tournaments. I mean well like just going into a ranked match.
You
and
could just be
anybody
a problem.
And you're actually you're formidable.
You're just a problem.
Seth was like that when Seth came out. Seth was like that to me.
I feel like it's worse than Seth. Seth was definitely up there. I feel like it's worse than Seth. At least Seth has low life. You know what I mean? Like, at least Seth had something.
That's true. I don't know why that man has 1,025 or whatever health or stun. I don't get that at all, bro.
So anyways, Luke needs to be nerfed. I would like some buffs to some of the lower tiers. Obviously, I would like Oro to get to something to be fun. But whether or not he's relevant or not in the CPT season, we'll see. So that's more what I'm waiting to hear about. You know, I want the game to be more intricate, kind of like how Rose and Oro are. I think these characters are really cool. So I would like them to have a bit more juice, or either give them juice or reduce the Oki that other characters have to like make it like more of an even playing field. So we see that mix up. Like the fact that other characters just simply get Oki from everything, and then these characters don't, and they have to fight a bit harder or do weirder things to optimize stuff. It's really imbalanced, I feel like, in that way at a competitive level.
Okay.
So hope some shift there. But other than that, I mostly just want like Luke toned down. I think most of the other top tiers I'm okay with, besides Karen. Nerf Karen finally.
Bro, you don't believe that.
He was
You don't
waiting
believe
the
that.
whole
Nerf her
street
to the
say
ground.
that. Oh man, what did the problem call it? Career Kanzuki? I mean, do you agree with that, Rob?
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Of course, I don't agree with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is with Problem X, man. Like, you can't take too many of his opinions all too serious. It's all biased. We all know how he talked behind the scenes, bro. That's a homie of mine, but you can't take Problem serious whatsoever. I think he really is convinced himself that Bison is like bottom one.
Oh
and
yeah,
he's
listen,
just like
we
God.
tell
and
him
Problem
that.
X is just God, and he's somehow found a way to win against all odds. When you're doing V-Trigger 2 command grab into a stupid 50-50, just because it looks cool doesn't mean it's broken, bro. Stop. Bison is mad, bro.
That's harder
But
than
yeah,
crouching
we're not taking
medium
that
kick.
serious.
Oh man.
We not. I mean, obviously Karen is stronger, but as far as my opinion, like what I would like to see with the patch, you know, honestly, I hope they don't shake the tree too much, bro. Like, because Street Fighter V is honestly extremely balanced. It is. I'm not saying there is no clear like top, but if you look at actual viable characters, bro, to me the only non-viable character probably is Dan. Which
You think
I'm
Dan's
gonna say
not
he's
viable?
not viable. But listen, we don't have is it Moruto?
Yeah. Okay. You don't have a competent or high level Dan.
What does
But to
viable
me-
mean to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like, at least as far as my eyes, like, it looks like even at I don't think that Dan is going to be able to, like, win tournaments or something like that, for example, right? Like, he has very, very extremely glaring flaws that are pretty much insurmountable, in my opinion. I think that Gil is another character who's like that. But I think that the buck stops there. I think Gil and Dan are the worst two characters in the game, and they aren't really viable right now. I think they should buff Gil up. As far as Dan, I don't think they should buff him because he's kind of weird. His offense is weird and cheap. So if you give him the wrong buff, he can actually be busted. As far as nerfs, I would like to see Luke nerfs.
Yeah.
I would like to see more than Luke nerfs. I would like to see Poison nerfs.
More?
Oh, yeah.
Because Poison.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yes.
saying you want more nerfs.
Yo, don't start with that, Jammerz. That character is actually ridiculous. Like, I cannot express to you how much the character does not make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I know Capcom gotta be listening right now. Listen, I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, that character is dumb. EX heart rate makes no sense. Go watch Hunt versus Adon if you want to. Go watch Adon versus who was that? NA Finals, Brian. NA Finals online. The grand finals. Rushdown.
What, Punk or Rushdown?
Oh,
No,
okay,
Rushdown.
Rushdown,
Rushdown
yeah.
versus like the EX heart rate, you just can't do anything about it. There's no way she should do so much damage, control your meter, anti-air for free, and have all that damage. Make her choose something, bro. She can zone with the greatest characters at zoning in the game, or better than them. She can pressure as strong as Cammy or Karen or something like that. And then she has amazing V-trigger and amazing ways to use her meter. She is a perfect character that requires no skill, no talent, no thought process whatsoever. There is no win with Poison that has ever counted in Street Fighter V history.
Well,
Please nerf that character.
you speak of the devil, you brought
for
him up.
Karen.
The moment you said she doesn't require any skill required to win, you look who popped up in the chat. Damn, you bring out all the demons in, don't you?
Look it up. If Poison gets nerfed, Karen need nerf. No, you know why?
100%
You know why,
agree with
Brian?
Idom.
What?
100% agree.
Bro,
Look,
you know why that's not true?
Here we
Because in
go.
the end of the day, Karen's busted, right? And I'm not a down player. Okay, I down play sometimes, but Karen's busted, bro. However, she has a clear archetype. Like, she's broken at mid range. Like, her low forward and all that. Her offense is really strong. But the characters that beat Karen, like a Falk, or some people will say Dawson, or Birdie back in the day before he got nerfed. Like these characters that have range are the characters that give Karen trouble. There's a clear counter, even though Karen's so good, she can still win those matches, even though she loses it on paper, right? So I'm not arguing with that. But she is not perfect. Poison is literally perfect and does everything. There is no debating with that. She does everything. It makes no sense to design a character in that way.
Yeah, I still agree with Idom.
Yeah, okay.
I don't look. You can. I feel like there's only so much you can do. I don't mind like nerfing it, bro. If it means nerfing Poison, bro, please go right ahead. But there's no way somebody's gonna with a straight face say that Karen is cheaper than Poison. Karen no, she's not even better than Poison, honestly. But there's no way that she's cheaper than Poison.
Well, listen, that's another topic and argument entirely. If we're listing all of these tools off of like on paper, just what they do on paper, then yeah, Poison's upset. I think she's a very strong character. I encourage more people. I've been encouraging more people to try her out, but they don't, because people find that style boring. They do. But I think she's the number one character in this game where she got so much acknowledgement, but barely anyone plays her. That character gets so much.
Right.
Look, I'm a Poison main.
Scary.
I'm a Poison main, right? I love this character. I love her in the Street Fighter series. I love what she does. But the fact that she gets so much acknowledgement, I say, why don't you play as that? Boring. Don't like it. Doesn't fit my style.
Bro, if Dawson was the broken tomorrow, I'm not picking Dawson, bro. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't. I hate when, like, I know you're not bringing it up as an argument, but some people do bring it up as an argument. Well, that many people don't play the character. Bro, there's only so many human beings who like to play a Poison or Dawson. There's like the other extreme. There's only there's a certain type of person who plays big body characters, for example, right? Like, no one wants to play Geef, even if Geef's the best character in the game. Doesn't mean he's not broken if he happened to be broken that season. Poison's broken. We just don't want to play that boring trash style.
Well, that's listen, to each their own. But you know what? Because again, we're talking about all these points, and poor Flaquito's just been there in the back being quiet. All right, I've got one more question before we have to leave you guys. Flaquito, obviously we've seen the announcement for Street Fighter 6. Is there any character you'd want to return to the franchise, or hopefully a new one coming? I can probably guess your answer, but I want to hear it from your mouth anyway.
Yeah, well, two of my favorite characters are obviously Rose and as well as Necro from Third Strike.
Necro? You're one of them people?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, if he does come back, then I want to see you main him and take him to new heights. That's if he returns. I don't know. Rose probably has a better chance than Necro coming in that game. But we'll see. Brian, what about you? Any character you want to see in Street Fighter 6?
No.
Wow.
Make a good product. Make it functional. Make it work well. Make it play online good.
Functions. They're all functions, huh, Brian?
No, characters matter. Just make them cool. I just don't really care about any particular character. Like if a Rog or Aura's there, I'll check them out. You know what I mean? But I'm not like hardcore, attached to one character. Just make the game good. That's all I ask.
Okay, mad respect. Rob, I can't leave you out of this. What about you? Who do you want to see in Street Fighter 6?
I have next to no attachment to characters in fighting games. Like, Akuma is my favorite, as you can see, like my favorite Street Fighter character of all time, but I like to play neutral, man. Like, in the end of the day, it's fun, the competitive side of it, like the actual actions, the reads and whatnot. That's what's dope to me. So I don't really care what the character looks like all too much, or, their backstory or nothing like that, man. Like, let's play some nooch, and that's pretty much it for me. So just make the game good, and, let's talk about what we don't want to return. V-Trigger.
That's another 2-hour topic. I don't want to step on that landmine.
Yeah.
Because that's another 2-hour topic, and it's very late here in the UK. I mean, you guys are fine with your time zones, but I'm not. We can definitely save that topic for another time. But anyway, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on the show and talking to you guys. Richard, can you roll their fight card one more time so the people can know where to follow them, like Rob mentioned before? So yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are their Twitter accounts, as you can see on the screen. And of course, Brian F does do streaming. He does content as well. If you don't know what he does, then you've probably been living under a rock, or you probably have a boring life. Make sure you follow Brian F on all the socials, as well as follow Flaquito on Twitter as well. Ask him about Rose. I'm definitely going to be annoying this guy about Rose Tech and showing him some stuff, or he can show me some stuff, because I want to get better using that character. Brian, have you got any final words for the people at home before we let you go?
Just want to say thanks for having me on, and good games with Flaquito. You know, he's a super strong competitor, and I just want people to know, just because you don't know a player, just because you don't know a scene, doesn't mean there's not strong players out there. So that's why I wanted to challenge Flaquito, because he's been poking me lately, and he still cooked me today. So, you know, I'll be back. That's me. I take my L's, and I keep training. So looking forward to more games with Flaquito and good stuff. And yeah, GG's, and thanks for having me on.
Cool. Flaquito, what about you? Any final words for the viewers at home?
No, just thanks for having me on here. It was fun. I don't really get to play too many, I guess, exhibitions, so it's fun to play long sets with a lot of players.
Damn, I might have to change that up this year. We'll have to get you guys on once again, or against different people with the run back. We will see how our schedule goes. But hopefully, when this new patch comes out, you guys are still playing the same characters, still having some fun.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. We're all waiting at this point. But yes, me and Rob have to close out this show. So Brian, Flaquito, when you guys are ready, you can leave the Discord call, and I'll drop you guys a message in the group chat we're in later.
All right, peace.
All right. Take care, guys. All right. So I enjoyed that. Obviously, catching up with you, talking to Brian, talking to Flaquito, seeing the games. I mean, what more could you ask for? It was a set special. So, Rob, once again, I appreciate you coming on. I really do. But I mean, overall, that's another matchup. I'm definitely going to study that matchup a little bit more, because that's what I just got to keep an eye out for. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It could drastically change in the new patch. It probably could be very similar. I mean, like you said, I hope they don't do well. There might be a huge overhaul. They might just change one or two things regarding each character. They might leave this game the exact same, but for all we know, it's like
I think they can't do that. I think they can't afford to do that. I think the game is in a place where if they left it the same, it's fine because it's so well balanced. But I just think these patches are deeper than. It's kind of like it freshens things up.
Yes, of course.
Like, oh man, all of a sudden you can whiff punish this now a lot easier, or oh, this is punishable now. Like when Urian's EX tackle became, let's start leaving some closer now and everything. Yeah. You know, all of that little stuff just kind of makes things a whole lot more like very fresh. It's kind of like, even though the game is out for a long time, it's almost like a new game is coming out to a small degree with each patch. So yeah, I definitely think that they got to shake it up a little bit. But outside of that, bro, outside of how good the sets was, I just gotta say I'm really proud of you, man. Jammerz, you've been killing it. Like, and of course everybody over there with VP, I appreciate y'all having me on here. At some point, I might actually have to come on here and smoke somebody in a set if I can ever get my training right and get off Elden Ring. But yeah, man, you've been killing it out here, bro.
We definitely
I can't wait to
need
see what
you.
You do next.
We need you on here playing. We got you on here talking. Now I need
bro,
you.
You know nobody
talking
beating
and
me.
Playing.
You know no one can beat me outside of. No one in the States is beating me, period, outside of Punk and Adam, bro. And honestly, Adam, you beat me because your character is broken and I'm trash against those characters for some reason. So really, it's Punk as far as actual skill. Nobody else got more skill than me. But yeah, that's pretty much as far as it goes. I gotta say Adam because he be smoking me, and that's my boy. But outside of that, yeah, nobody nicer than me. So maybe at some point, you know, some people like the fact that Nephew beat me in the first of 3 in an exhibition first when we just playing around having fun and all that. People taking that too serious. So maybe one of these days I'll fly out there just to play Neff on sets.
We will try and make something happen in the future. And please do remember as well, going back to what we were talking about with the patch, it's the last one, or at least the last big one. Because obviously with the characters they released last year, there was always these small changes. Like they destroyed Abigail, they buffed Rose, they did something to Ken. Ken's a new beast now. So the last big one. So whatever they do, that's like no backsies. That's it, no takebacks. Unless it's something pretty big. So again, it could be any day now. Just need to wait for some information. Some communication would be nice very soon. Right, have I got Richard? We have something to show before we go, don't we? That PlayStation thing? Ah, yeah, cool. So I have seen this on Capcom Fighters. I don't know if you've seen this as well, Rob, but there is this FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest where you can register and play Street Fighter 5 and compete in some tournaments. If you want to know more information, then head on over to compete.playstation.com and you can win PSN prizes, I think, as well as a PS5 or something. I think you can find the respective prizes on that website there, but I did notice that. Also, as well, like we said, Evo has been announced. Their lineup is there. Street Fighter 5 is part of the roster. I did announce the game for Evo. I'm hoping I can go. I'm hoping I can see Rob there, and I'm hoping I can see a bunch of other people there because I've never actually been to an Evo in person. So
Really? That's surprising.
I've been to Vegas. I've never been to an Evo in person. So it'll be interesting to see if I can get there. But yeah, I mean, like Rob said, Rob, appreciate you coming on, and don't just say I'm killing it. You've been killing it as well. You've been doing a lot of stuff. No neutral, Red Bull, your own thing,
Thanks,
entertaining. I think you've probably made more gifts of yourself than I could ever do in a lifetime, and each and every one of them.
Bro, I don't make the gifts. People make them of me, bro.
Well, that's the kind of character and exuberant character you are. You're just like, right.
I appreciate it,
Any piece of content you done, right, straight out there. The one with the... Do you know what? Let me tell you something.
Let me see you do that again, bro.
Do you know what? Do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy, right? My sister shows me that meme of you all the time. She saved the one. She showed me the memes, and who's that? I said, that's Rob. And she goes, tell him I love this. And I was like, for God's sake. And she just like,
shout out to your sister. That's godlike, bro.
It's funny, man.
That's
it's funny.
humbling.
But yeah,
That's
Rob,
super dope.
have you got any final words before we close out the stream?
Oh, no, I mean, I guess the only thing that I'll say, of course, is shout out to everybody who was tuned in, bro. Like, I feel like things like this is very just like laid back. I'm glad that Capcom is getting it, I would say, like just more and more and more over the years, bro. Like, of course, like earlier on, there was some like communication stuff that we complained about and stuff, but now we see like the spring announcements, summer updates, all that type of stuff are actually hype. Everybody's excited. And then just having stuff like no neutral, having stuff like this sets. I feel like it's not so formal. Like this is just real FGC, bro. No script. So as long as we can keep this type of stuff as we try to go more and more into esports, then I think stuff is going to be in good shape going into Street Fighter 6. So much love to everybody who tuned in. And of course, make sure y'all check out your boy's newest YouTube video at youtube.com/RobTV Gaming. I won't say what it is because I ain't promoting no other game, but yeah, check it out.
All right. Make sure you follow him on his social media outlets there. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had a very interesting show tonight. We got the No Neutral boys on, as well as Flaquito, the Rose specialist. Brian did put up the challenge, but he couldn't meet it and he couldn't win. But we might have to get that run back in the future. Until then, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Sets. See you then.